Hello. It looks like I've gone live. Let's just pop that in. Will people turn up? If people turn up. Check some of those. Somebody's on the wall quick, so might see it, might not. Oh, INFJ's already here. Wow. It says nobody's here, and yet INFJ's already here and already got a like. Thank you. How you doing, INFJ? Oh, got some stuff back. It's all good. Just talking. Hey, Davey B's here as well. Whoa, 2 people already. 3 people. What's going on? 4. Golden Key's here as well. What's going on? We chuck a few hearts out there. Howdy, Redneck. Howdy, Golden Key. Wow. I haven't even got my thoughts together and you're already here. That's pretty good. I hope you're all having a great day. Afternoon, evening, morning. What the heck? I don't know. Well, mine's night, nearly running into the next day. You're still the 11th. Davey's already the 12th, trying to catch him up. So I just want to talk about some of the things that Forrest said. People still talking about their souls and fair play to them, but it's like they have no intent on listening to what Forrest said or bringing that to their solution. And so the one that I want to talk about mainly is Forrest said that you won't know you have the right where warm water's hot until you have the chest in your hands. So anybody who says that they have a soul don't even know that they have the right where warm water's hot. Unless they can explain that statement. Unless you can say, Forrest said this statement because of this reason. So it's incredible that people say that they have the soul when they don't answer those, and I call them blanket statements, because it's a worldwide. Forrest didn't know how many people, if 8 billion people went in the chase, he was talking to 8 billion people. And to those 8 billion, or however many there is, whatever the possibility is of how many could go searching, you, all you people that reckon you did this, you won't know, you 8 billion people, however many there is, you won't know you have the right where warm waters halt until you have the chest in your hands. How can you say that you're the solver? Anyone. How can you say you're the solver if you don't know what the where warm waters halt is? The correct warm waters halt. If you don't know that, how can you say that you are the solver? Unless you can explain that statement. And there are other statements like that Forrest gave to people, everybody, because of probably the souls that came out, and he's saying, no. The first 20,000, not you, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. No, he made these blanket statements. Nobody will stumble on that chest out of 8 billion people. No one's going to stumble on it. That's an impossible thing to say. Just like you won't know you'll have the right where warm water's hot until you have the chest in your hands. What? You won't know you have the right where warm water's hot until you have the chest in your hands. But you're already at the warm water's hot, and then you have to go and get the chest. But you won't know the warm water's hot was right until you do have the chest. And there's a reason it's said. And nobody understands it, even though they say they have the correct soul. That's crazy. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Right. You got the whole chest in your hands. It's good to see you, sir. I hope you're doing well. Alberti too. How you doing? It's all good. Yeah, it, it's incredible that people have no intent to hear what Forrest said and then claim that they have the correct soul when they don't understand that statement and the other statements that are made. They don't understand them. If I told you the home of the brain, go right straight to it. They don't understand it. Has nothing to do with their soul at all, and yet they claim their soul is correct. I was talking to David just a minute ago. The When I came into the chase and I started doing my videos first off, I said I had it easy because all those treasure hunters, professional, professional treasure hunters, it's what they do. Ciphers, codes, magnetic, blah blah blahs, whatever it is, it doesn't matter how you think of the ciphers and everything else. Pictograms, you name it, they've done it. The people in the colleges and everything, professors, they had a look at this poem, and they didn't do it. And they came and went. And other people are doing the exact same things that were done in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth year of this treasure hunt and claiming that it's correct when people gave it up and said, well, can't do that. It is crazy to think that people don't listen to Forrest. It's crazy. I hear some of the stuff that Forrest said. Trust me, I went through a lot, Soul. If Forrest was here, he would tell you that I was a pain. And I was trying to, not say anything by saying something. A bit like now, I say stuff, but probably only, well, Dave will probably know where it is, but most people won't. Oh, it's been retracted. Quick fingers. You won't know. Won't know what. No books. No books are needed. No. Plenty of words. Oh no, not. Um, I was speaking to someone today who I think, I consider to be a good friend in the chase. And I was trying to explain that all these people that searchers come up with that say he's Forrest Fenn, no, he only aspired to be those things. It's not Forrest. Forrest said, who says I can't affect the future? Who says I can't affect the future? And you're coming up with these people, they're not affecting the future. They're not even that compared to what Forrest is trying to do, or is doing, or will do, however you want to look at it. It's like, no. Or, they're choosing villains or people who've done bad things. It's like, no. If Forrest was in any way doing something against that was illegal, nobody gets anything. Not his family, not no one. It all gets taken off them. So proving that Forrest was a nefarious character is not good for Forrest and not good for yourself. So that's a pointless exercise. Even if you're correct, it's a pointless exercise, and I don't think Forrest would do it. So Forrest knew that he would be attributed to doing all manner of things, and was quite happy to let people think that. But he basically told you that unless you know where it is, don't leave your house. Unless you know where it is, don't bother. Precisely. Going to go right to the spot, which leads me to the transcript. One for the community, one for the public. If you read the transcript, you know exactly where it is. If you read the transcript, you know exactly where it is because it leads to the precise spot. So K-Pro and everyone else who's read it should know 100% where it is. But that's not what they said. Talked about words, blah, blah, blah. This should tell you exactly where it is because it leads to the precise spot. I don't hear that. I'm not saying, that they don't know the precise spot, but I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing anybody saying, yes, the 9 clues, like Forrest said, take you to the exact spot. I'm not hearing that. So that, is a bit of concern. Hey, Five, how you doing? And Pirate, it's good to see you too. Well, I can't see you, but I can read you. I don't know why I'm not going to do a Ben because I don't really care. I don't know why it looks a bit. Might be my eyes. It's a bit fuzzy. If I'm fuzzy, sorry. Might be the definition. And I'm not going to try and change it. Otherwise, you might end up gone. A good black words. Hi, Glenn. How you doing? You can watch for a while. Good. It's good to have you here. I appreciate you being here. Take it two. Woohoo! I love my Taste family. How are you? We're good, I think. We're all good. I'm loving it too. Blimey, 18 already. You lot got nothing better to do. Tim. Tim, I miss Tim. How you doing, Tim? I think it's because everybody's got blue wrenches. And then there was just a little bit of white, you and Five in the middle of there. I saw Five and missed you. Good to have you here. In this non-politically correct arena where you don't have to worry about saying guys or gals or whatever. Yeah, I lost today. Uh-oh. Is it in the fridge? No, normally it's in the fridge or something. I thought yesterday was Sunday again. Oh no. Hi Nikki, how you doing? It's good to have you here. Just a quick recap. Just wondering why, people don't listen to what Forrest says and claim that they have a correct solve. When Forrest says you won't know you have the correct where warm water's halt until you have the chest in your hands. And yet, I don't know how many solvers there are, but they're claiming to have the correct solve. And Forrest basically says it's impossible to know you have the correct solve because you don't know you have the correct where warm water's halt until you have the chest. And if you don't understand that statement, your solve isn't correct. Can't be. It's impossible to be correct because you have to know that your warm water's halt is correct because you have the chest in your hands. No other reason. You know warm water's halt is correct because you have the chest. And you have to understand that. Warm water's halt is correct because you have the chest in your hands. And then, other stuff that, I've talked about before. So Forrest makes what I call blanket statements that aimed at however many people are in the world that could go looking for his chest. And those statements are impossible. They talk about impossible stuff. No one's going to stumble on it. How can you know that? How can you, of all the people in the world, and stuff is found every day, and people stumble on stuff every day, how can you know that somebody won't stumble on that chest? How can you know they won't know they have the correct where warm water's halt unless they do have the chest? More wrenches than a tool. I don't know how that happened, to be fair, but I'm not a person that blocks or bans people. I'm not a person that wants to fall out with people. I don't know why I need so many moderators. I don't have that many people in, and they're all well behaved. They're good people. I'd give everybody a wrench, to be fair. Hooray! Tigger's perfectly normal. I'm not normal. My blood's too thick, but a bit like me. But I'm glad you're perfectly normal. I don't have a blue wrench. What's up with that? Like I say, I could give everybody a wrench. It doesn't, I don't really need people to be moderators. I don't know. I think it was at that time when wrenches were the fashion and people wanted a wrench. There is no disrespect meant if you don't have a wrench. See, Tim, it's not that I don't have any affection or like people that don't have a wrench because, Tim's a very good man. Um, sorry, Tim, you don't have a wrench, but there's no, malice against that. Uh-oh. Oh, INFJ. No. I think most of the people in here, I think of them as friends, and now I'm starting to feel a bit bad that I handed out wrenches to some people and not to others. No one has the chest. No one was meant to have the chest, Glenna. The chest was always going to go back. You had to find a chest, but you're going to get titled to the gold. And the chest was always going to go back, so it doesn't matter. David Tigger too. Hi. And many others. Hi. Well, there's 24 people here, so yeah, hi everybody who's not talking, who is listening. 99.99 sure I have, but nothing but jack squat. Yeah, I think everybody can be sure. Everybody can think that, or know, or believe they have the correct where warm waters halt. But Forrest makes a specific statement that you won't know you have the correct where warm waters halt until you have the chest in your hand. Now, I believe, when I talk to Davey, I believe 100% that warm waters halt, and Forrest said he didn't understand the importance of the first clue. Now, in order to have the chest in your hands, you have to know where warm waters halt. And you have to understand that statement. And if you don't understand the statement, it's hard to believe that you have the correct where warm waters halt. I don't look good in blue. So it's good then. I left you in white. Again, no offense to those people that are not blue badged, blue wrenched. I'm not jealous. I might accidentally time people out or better. Well, it has happened. So, it's a valid point, Alberti, that could happen. I'd help doing it. Who's talking to there? He didn't say we were going to find a chest. He didn't say we were going to find a chest. Well, he said, I put a chest in the Rocky Mountains. If you find it, you can have it. And that's something else that, me and Dave were talking. The person that finds that chest, the person that finds it is going to own it. And normally with finders keepers, you'd say the person that finds it is going to keep it, not own it. So what are you owning? Person that finds it, put chest in the Rocky Mountains. Person that finds it can have it, or whatever the statement was. And then the person that finds it will own it. Own it. Keep it. Own it. I don't know. I got all right once for like 5 minutes. The first thing I did was time out Hooli. Well, there you go, redneck. That's probably why you haven't got one. Subconsciously, I thought redneck. Well, Hooli doesn't come on here, so I think you're okay there. which is a bit upsetting, really, because I like Hulu. She was probably one of the first people. Um, I can't say connected, but you know, more. She was probably the most friendly when I was first in the chase. I don't know if that's right either. Well, Hulu knows most things, doesn't she? Anyway, so when you say stuff, Hulu probably has an answer. So she would answer stuff or say stuff, but you don't come on here. Maybe it's because she's not a mod here. I don't know. Mind you, I don't see K-Pro or Mike, people like that. So I don't understand. Oh, Jinx, which is I don't, what's she, my puppy's name needs to contain hydrogen in some form. Yeah. No, no. Oh, hang on. Yes, because all water does. What if what I meant was he said his treasure was a yes. Well, there are 9 clues in my poem. If followed precisely, will lead to the end of my rainbow and the treasure. Excuse me. Yes, true. I'm sure. Today. As in H2O, 5 Why would I want to earn it in a treasure hunt? I could go to work for that. I think it was work. I really do. I think it was hard work. I think it was enjoyable, but hard work. Is it hard work? I'm not sure how to describe it really. I wouldn't say it was hard work, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Difficult, but not impossible. That's what it was. Oh, I was going to say, here comes the sun. Here comes the rain again. Like a melody. Yes. I told you, doing the garden, blah, blah, blah. So much moss. So I put some feed and weed down. It finally worked. Now I've got patches all over the lawn. Need embroidery. But so I've put some grass seed down. So hopefully, at some point in the near future, with all this rain and a little bit of sun, it will grow quick and everything will be good. Hey, Woody, there's a responsibility that goes along with anything a person owns. Sometimes it's better not to own it. We talk about that as well. Um, talking about people saying that it was a job um, opportunity or something, a spot to be had. But it's like how much of the job do you want? What there's a difference between winning a million and a billion. Either can make you well off, and I suppose depending on the sort of person you are, a billion may change you as opposed to a million because people have won big and then still ended up broke and no job, no money, and it would be more difficult to get rid of the billion. But I think if you've got a head on your shoulders, then Forrest said having enough money as opposed to having too much, or whatever it was said. So, and I've said before, most of the reason I was doing this, was because of Yvonne, really, to be fair, and for me to retire, and those things have gone. Um, you know, if it was, me and Davey, it's not much. There's not much. Whether it was a million or two or five or 10, or it doesn't matter. Maybe it leads to two different places. Maybe it does, or maybe Forrest was diabolical and he wished he could live to do the things he was attributed to. Maybe it leads to that sort of stuff. Guess so. It's just how you define work, because hiking in the mountains is a lot of work to some people, and quite enjoy. Exactly. So, and I couldn't explain what the chase was, because whilst it seemed like hard work, it's hard to define it as hard work because it was enjoyable. So maybe it wasn't hard work. Maybe it was an endeavour, or I don't know. I don't know how to define it. So it was enjoyable, but it was hard. Just a possibility in the wording is all. So another thing I was talking about, people don't listen to Forrest, and I am at a loss that they don't. But if somebody sets up a treasure hunt, or any hunt, anything, whatever it is, and says to you, I looked up all the words, me, the person that wrote it, looked up all the words. If you think you can understand what is written down there without doing the same, I have no idea what is going through your head. Is 99 the new upper limit on blood sugar? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the limit is on sugar. $100 is a lot of money. Yeah. Any sort of dollars. I could use a couple of $100 or a couple of 100 million. Overwhelm comes to mind. Depending on the inclines, travel pirate. Yes. Well, no, depending on the person and the inclines, but if you're a fit person who does that sort of stuff, it's probably not an issue. But I know when I went to America um, and was climbing a mountain, it was an issue. It really was. I see these people just walk past me. I'm stopping to have a rest. And these people walking up there, I'm like, yeah, go through. Don't wait for me. Yeah, it was a bit more taxing than I thought. Not the fittest person in the world at that time. Well, still not the fittest person in the world, but I used to say an extra $1,000 a month is life changing. These days, that might not. Yeah, and that's the issue. Again, Forrest says if you die with more than $50 in your pocket, you're a failure. If you don't understand that statement, you've not solved the poem. Even my costs were making a profit. If you don't understand that statement, I don't think it's the poem. It says 140 milligrams after eating, 2 hours after eating. Is that for your blood sugar? The only 99 I know is like an ice cream. Onward and upward and forward. Forwards. On foot. Yeah, I think all the mountains should have one of them ski lift things. Just at the bottom, you just go straight up. Well, I ate an hour before I had it done, and it was 106. That's for damn sure, Alberti. Have to Google it, Tigger. I don't know why I say Google. Just Tinternet it and see. Is there a clue in empty? Empty. Empty. Might be one in MIT. It says 121 to 123 is okay. There you go. Glenna saving the day for Tigger. Oh yeah, I googled it. So you're good. Good to go. No worries. I don't even know what the numbers are. I applied for my other pension today. Started, asking all these questions. Right. We got any issues that might mean we pay you more money? It's like, oh, can I just make up anything? Can I just make up anything and just pay me more money? Well, no, not really. Not that I know of. You're gonna pay me more money if I have issues like mental problems or something. So I'll get that soon. Hopefully. So I ask for the lump sum and then some more payment. So 70 to 120. Excuse me. 70 to 120 my fasting. Boy, they off. Yeah, I shouldn't laugh because I think it's scandalous these days that I don't know whether it's because they don't care or because they're overworked or they haven't got the facilities. It just seems like you know those medics, those people, they don't care. They just don't care. Get to a certain age and they're like, yeah, you're old enough now. Stuff it. You've had your life. Don't worry about it. We'll put you out to pasture. They're not. They don't care. So in the chase, for me, reading the poem meant read the poem. Don't tell me you found a chest. It does not get. Seriously, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It does not get any plainer than that. Don't tell me you found a chest. Read me what the poem says. It doesn't get any plainer than that. Hey, Queen, how you doing? It is a good evening. Well, good morning now. I'm into the next day. Caught Davey up from last night. So much hubbub about Netflix. Yes, we'll talk about Capo Show, to be fair. Some of the stuff. And like I say, if you've seen a transcript, then surely you know what the answer is. Just come out and say it. you know, you know the exact location. There is no doubt. It was supposed to lead to the exact spot. So you should be like, yeah, it's definitely this place because of these words or this statement. And nothing is as it seems. And there's two videos. So when you say you've seen a transcript to a video, have you seen a transcript to a video or have you seen a transcript of 2 videos? Because the other video, which is meant for the public, which is meant for the community, we never worried about someone's blood sugar who was over 180 or below 60, as long as they weren't symptomatic. It's almost like a song. Symptomatic. There you go. Tim is talking from experience there, by the look of it, the sound of it. Everyone that knows I am in the chase says I am mental. Does that mean I have a problem? It means they have, for calling you mental. No. There you go. You're not mental. I think he's saying no to you anyway, David. Every good story needs a beginning, a middle, and an end. Absolutely. Cyrus is in the middle. Which poem in TTSE? It is confusing to me. I think there's only one poem because Forrest read it a few times. So I'm pretty certain that was the poem that he was talking about. Phew. It just means you're special, Davey. Even that could be taken wrong. It means you're special. Dave, no, that just means you're active in the chase community. I belong to the Writers Guild. Have you seen 2, Mario? It takes 2, baby. I've seen The Light. I've seen 2. I've seen many more than 2. It's supposed to be 5. And then there are trilogies. Yes. In the chase, or 3 books. 3 books and 3 books. Forrest had the 3 books in the drawer and a project, but he gave us 3 books and 200 odd scrapbooks. It stinks that we all can't be passionate about finding stuff without people calling us weird. Yeah, that is a big. So I stopped. Well, I tried to stop reading the poem. I'm fully aware of. No, I'm aware that there are many ways to read that poem. I can't say I'm fully aware of all of them because I don't know all of them. I just know the ones that I've used, and I have used a lot. But there should not be the ability to read that poem in so many different ways. As somebody was telling me ages ago, I won't mention any names, about the babbling brook, blah 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 blah, in the poem. That poem, when they were talking about 2 poems in the poem, that poem in the poem. And I'd already talked about how to read a poem in that way, like 2 lines at a time, 3 lines at a time, 4 lines at a time, as opposed to the way that I show you. Different information, moving the lines horizontally, vertically. Just crazy how much information you can find. Reading the individual letters. I talked about doing the Rubik's Cube, where you can possibly get it so you can turn the letters, which is no different than sliding and moving them, but a different process. Gaslight. No, that's outside in the stoof.conf. Yeah, see, Queen and Tim, you read it slightly differently, but yeah. And I want to give mention to Steve GTA, who reads it differently, but the same, and Clytus, Dutchman from the East, who also reads it differently, but the same. So maybe not so much continuous, contiguous, chronological, but still reading it, continuous, contiguous chronology. So I keep forgetting to mention those people, but they absolutely do read the poem. Oh, have you looked at find that in the poem, Tigger? I thought it was under the water. I thought it was in the ocean. What is the 11th? Ah, it was the 11th today, but now not. It's still your 11th. Your way, my way, his way, the highway. Hey, Melinda, isn't that messing with the poem? Well, talking to not Davey, somebody else I consider a friend today. Don't mess with my stuff, Forrest said. What was his stuff? Was it in the poem? It's not messing with the poem. Well, it depends what you mean by messing. Um, Messing is a rabbit hole. How about the freeway of love? I can read the same spot several different ways. The longer I stare, the more I then go cross-eyed. Yeah. So the poem really, it shouldn't be possible. Just the way that you read it, Tim, there shouldn't be that much information. Factual information. That's what people don't understand. The information is factual and it's predicted information. The stuff you will find, Tim, when you do it, it's real stuff out there. In the real world, told to you, because you're reading the poem from Forrest, as everybody can do, told to you by a man who wrote it before that stuff was there. So, which is what I'm saying today. The stuff that people find didn't exist before Forrest wrote the poem. So therefore, Forrest either sees into the future or affects the future to the point that these things that are in the poem he makes happen. That's as weird as it gets. He either sees it and manages to get it all in that little poem, I don't know how, or affects the future to the point that these things that don't exist in 2010 exist in 2024. Again, it's all what? What? I'm missing stuff. Isn't that messing with the poem? How about through it? Done that. Hey gang. Hey Ben. How is it going? Hey Ashley. Uh-oh. Well, I missed Ashley as well. Hey Ashley. If you're here. Unless Tim thinks that Ben is Ashley. Because that's normally Ben that comes in as Treasure Warriors. And Ashley comes in as Ashley. And I don't think I've seen Ashley. Well, I can't see Ben either. Just see the writing, but if you're here, hi Ashley. If you're not here, hi Ashley. Bill's way. Or Ben. Oh, or Ben. Why don't I just read ahead now? My first name is in the poem. Many ways. Royal. Royal. Purple and a throne. Only once that I can find. Don't mess with the poem. Anyway, yeah, you don't need to mess with the poem. Melinda, the way to find information is too numerous to count. You don't need to mess with the poem to find the answer, or a answer. But to find information, anyway, I got a Marshall half step to fix the wiring on. Listen, I have no idea what that means in English. No. K-Pro is way in the know with her buddies. It's hard to watch the way she Goes so quick. She knows everything. Duh. Um, again, this has information. I find it hard to believe he would do that much work. Yeah, 100%. And that's why I say these people that say they found a chest, it's like, you're not listening to Forrest. Or you don't understand what the poem's capable of, or loads of things. Mess room, don't overcook my poem. Yes, don't overcook it. Turn it up to 11 when you. Don't say 11, you'll get Queen flipping wondering what 11 is. Okay, when we start, Ashley's here now. Hey, you're right. And I didn't see Ashley until you said Ashley was here. Hi, Ashley. Well done, Tim. Predicted that you were going to be here, Ashley. Said hello to you before you turned up. She's got answers. Yeah, I think, I think most of us believe that Ashley's got answers. Don't know why that is, but I do know why that is. But research your information. That's just it. I don't research my information. I read what the poem says. Yeah, I do. And then I research my information. But only if it's in the poem. I'm always in the dark. It's not a bad thing. I'm always in the dark. Nobody sees. Hey, hey. They know what is going on. Who knows? Who knows what is going on? K-Pro and them. So I said the other day about Shiloh saying the chest is not going to be sold at Heritage Auction. And K-Pro is like, duh. Shiloh says, don't you know who I am? Chest is not going to be sold at Heritage Auction. And it wasn't. A chest was. And K-Pro thinks that that's the chest, but that's not the chest. So Shiloh's 100% correct in what he said. The chest is not going to be at Heritage Auction. A chest of gold that's in the Full of the Chase book that Jack supposedly found, yeah, 100%. 100%. That chest that just had gold in it, that was in the Full of the Chase book, went to Heritage Auction. Nothing to do with the chest that Shiloh was talking about. In my opinion, Shiloh's talking about a totally different chest. It was never going to be at Heritage Auction. So one person believing one thing and thinking that somebody else doesn't know anything. But I think somebody else knows something. I was 100% right when he said that chest won't be a Heritage. Spinal Tap. Just, well, I'm not going to go down that road, but I hear what you're saying, Tim. There are more questions than answers. You're right there, Woody. But Forrest has the answers because he already knows them. Lookers. Too bad they never found. And like I say, if you're telling people that you have a transcript that goes through the 9 clues, and you don't turn around and say, takes you to an exact spot, and this is the exact spot, because that's what Forrest said, took him to the exact spot. It is funny that when driving home, a woman can tell. Candy, Hooley, Caper, Mike, Cynthia. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. And what is Amy Six doing with Netflix? Such a sucker. Well, there are people in the chase you never hear of for months and months and months and months, even years. And then all of a sudden they turn up and they're doing a Netflix or something. Like, what? How does that work? So there haven't been, high profile chest searches, and then they turn up. So you could understand Cynthia and Dale because they were, but some people, They just come along and you think, hang on, what? Why are you asking them? Not that I mind, Amy Six is a nice looking lady, so why would you mind? But it just doesn't make sense. Well, it makes sense. Nothing is as it seems. Not my daughter or my wife. Not my daughter or my wife would be lost. So that's to do with driving somewhere. Luckily, we don't need to listen to the nonsense anymore. Charlotte tests speak for themselves. We wait on him only. Yeah, like I say, Charlo, when he says that chest is not going to be sold at Heritage, he's 100% right. And, the person claiming any different is 100% wrong. The chest that was sold at Heritage was Jack's chest that was in the Thrill of the Chase book that Jack asked Forrest about. Is this the chest that's in the book, The Thrill of the Chase? Yes. That chest that Jack talked about, that Forrest agreed was the chest that was in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, that only had gold in, went to Heritage Auction. That is not the chest that Forrest talked about with the Ceylon sapphires and everything in it. And also, people forget, and by people, and I'm not being nasty to Capo or anything, the chest didn't go to auction. The chest was never sold at auction. The chest that went to auction didn't go to auction. Again, Shiloh is correct in what he said. That chest is not going to Heritage Auction. It didn't go. The contents did. The chest didn't. So the statement Shiloh made, for me, 100% correct. For me, 100% correct. And anybody doubting that statement needs to think hard about what happened at Heritage Auction. I'm usually pretty good at directions. And apparently, according to Tim, the Taylor, they know what is happening in the chase. I know nothing. Well, I don't know. Some people don't know what is happening, and they suggest what could be happening. How can Netflix ever do the chase any justice? The Nookers make everything up to fit their narrative. Again, nothing is as it seems, etc., etc., etc. So, 10 days and I'm off to Wyoming for the summer. Woohoo! Have a great time. But try not to make me jealous while you're doing it. But road trips are more fun when you don't know where you're going. I'm like that all the time. Well, I think, well, I don't. There's a reason why these people are involved in the chase. She was cute. What happened to her? She must be still cute. I can't see him being bad to her. I mean, they went for that, hike and found that treasure, didn't they, or whatever it was. I love turning down that road and not knowing what is down there. But she cannot understand the play. No, there is that issue. There is that issue, Ben. For me, hearing people, I don't watch that many shows. Obviously, I watch yours, Ben. I don't watch that many. Davey tells me, some of the stuff that's happening. I don't think that I need to, watch shows, but I hear people say things, and I just think, what the heck? Did you think about what you just said, or what you told us that you said, or what you did, or that goes for most people. I hear what Forrest says, and then people say stuff, and I think, no, that's not what Forrest said. Why would you even think that? It's like the songs that they come out with go with Dave Man from the East, not associated with the man-made structure. It's at that cross. The chest is at that cross, which is man-made. Why would you even think it's there? Even though when he went first, there wasn't a cross there. But now the cross is all about the solve. But if the cross is all about the solve, then it can't be that solve. Because it's a man-made structure, and you're saying the chest has to be under that cross, associating the chest with that man-made structure. Don't I just don't get it. I mean, there are other things that I don't get about that solve, but it's like it's a big no-no. A decoy chest, the secret. Oh man, the secret waterfall. Where was that? That was that Kurt Gowdy Park? Kurt, not Kurt. Is that what it was called? State Park, Gowdy State Park. There's a solve there. I know there's a secret waterfall around that way, but I don't know if it was there. Might be in that area, but not at that park. Yeah, you can follow the state park there, and you've got In the Wood, which is mahogany or something. Stuff there. There was another solve. That's close by. Was meaning we haven't seen her in a while. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just where you said it. Like was she was cute. I mean, it can happen. When I was a baby, I was cute, and then look what happened to me. So it can happen that things don't go good for you. Dave, are you chopping wood? Yeah, Dave is braving in the wood right at this very moment. I wonder if his wife thinks she's cute. Ooh, Tigger. Tim, you do know that Justin's wife watches this show, and she's heard you say that Justin finds Amy sweet, or whatever you said. I believe having wood is a major part. Hey, easy, easy. I know this is not a child's kids program, but peg leg. Ah, pirate needs a wood, or the crutch that they use. Termites. I didn't know he was married. Uh-oh. Too late now. No excuses, Tim. You're in the doghouse. Even a solve about that. I even did a solve about what were they? I can't remember what they're called. They would eat the cottonwoods and that. What were they called? Even a solve about that. I did so many different solves. It's like, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? And then you do it all and go, yeah, it's got to be this. The petrified wood, and it's got to be this, and it's got to be this, and it's got to be this. And then it's like, no, it's not that. So, yeah, we were working at those stumps. Do you realise that there's 19 and 4? 23? Uh-oh. Even Davy's retracting. Ouch. I don't know what the ouch was for. And Tim's head just exploded. I don't know why. I didn't know he was married. Are you still exploding about didn't know he was married? I'm only joking. She doesn't watch. I don't think she does. I don't think she even knows about the chase. We battle termites and something. Can't see because the heart's in the way. Post beetles here. What was the name of that thing? A beetle of some sort. I can't remember what it was, but it was another solve. I even had a solve, was it in Montana, where these brown water creatures, I can't remember what they're called either, but they only exist there. Like the home of brown, they only exist in that place, and they're called brown something or other. So I had a solve about them being the home of brown, and that was like churn, flux. And I had I don't know. I had all of these solves, and they all made absolutely perfect sense. until Forrest went, it was stupid. It's not what I said at all. Oh, David will know what you're talking about. Coleoptera. Oh, there you go. I missed it. Is that Justin is married? I missed it. Is that Justin is married? Yeah, not good that Justin is married and Tim saying that, had a soft spot for Amy. Or that he hopes he's good to Amy. Not good, but good thing on the stonemason. That one looks like that one, or that one looks like Cleopatra. Cleopatra. Not Minerva. Yeah, I wish I could remember what those Beatles were. If they were Beatles. At Homer Brown, the Sultan of Brunei, jackfruit trees, sorts of weird and wonderful things. I have that many souls. I don't know how I did them in the short space of time. I really don't. And half of them I've forgotten. Just like now, just a few of them are popping back into my head. But each one of them was like, this is definitely it. Well, the one that I took because I went to America. But each one was like, yep, definitely this. It's definitely this. Until it wasn't. There is a stump in the interview with Darren and Cynthia. Excuse me. There is a stump in the interview with Darren and Cynthia. Oh, when she moved that drink, that interview. That looks like a scarab beetle. I'm going to Egypt then. The oldest known beetle, and it is a scarab. So, the chase is 4 years on from when Forrest said, nothing to see here. And in those 4 years, nobody, no one that I know of, has decided to change their soul to the point of the words that Forrest Fenn said. They may have changed their souls trying to refine it. Every week Dave Mann from the East would have a different thing, nick somebody else's ideas, and then put it as part of his soul. And that in itself should say, this can't be right. If you can change it, then it can't be right. You just keep moving it. Although people reckon Forrest moved it. Why do people say stupid things that can make no sense at all if you just stopped and thought? Here is Forrest's statement. And remember, I'll just try and paraphrase, jump down my throat. There was only ever going to be one spot. Forrest moved it. What? What? Seriously? What? Only ever going to be one spot. He took it from the only one spot that it was ever going to be and put it in another one. What? Why would you even say that he moved it? There was only ever going to be one spot. That spot. It was all about that spot. And you say he moved it. And his justification for moving it would be He's not interested in that spot. It means nothing to him, but this spot does now. And Forrest is going to justify it how? I moved it because that spot that was only ever going to be one of, oh, I'm not bothered. I'll put it here. I have no idea why people say things. I'm like, that's nothing to do with what Forrest said. There is no way when I hear it that I can justify it. There's only ever going to be one spot. I knew where I was going to put it. There was only ever going to be one spot. Someone comes along and says, yeah, Forrest moved it. No, it, it doesn't resonate with me. That doesn't. Going to Beatles and Weevils. I believe you are correct, Tigger. They say everything to fit their narrative. Yes, I've heard that. Hey, Amy Gwynn, how are you doing? The smart people are here. Well, apart from me, maybe, but yeah. But I just wonder, why people say things without even a thought to what Forrest said. If there was only ever going to be one spot, I knew where I was going to put it. There was only ever one spot. Yeah, Forrest moved it. How can you justify there only being one spot, which is the best spot, the only spot that it could be, to take it out of that one spot that was ever going to be and put it somewhere else? There is no sense to that. And it just makes Forrest look stupid. And Forrest is not stupid. But it makes Forrest look stupid. There's only ever going to be one spot. That's the spot. That's it. End of. That's the spot. Anybody who says Forrest moved it better have a really good reason why they think that's the case. Okay. Well, he did ask if he needed a crutch. I've said this before, a crutch is a special place. And Capo should have turned around and said, yeah, we need a special place. You hid it in a special place and we need to know what that is. And I've said to Davey, I was speaking to somebody else who's a friend, Forrest said stuff, absolutely told you where it was, how to find it. And nobody listens. And I find it incredible that nobody listens. The nobody's going to stumble on it is probably the big one. But you won't know you have the correct where warm waters halt until you have the chest in your hands. To me, that's a massive statement. An incredible statement that tells you something specific. And anybody who says they have a solve, no. You don't know you have the right where warm waters halt until you have the chest in your hands. What's that saying to you? Along with, if I told you the Homer Brown, you go right straight to it. What does that say to you? Does that say your solve is correct? Of course it doesn't, because your solve is not at the Homer Brown. None of you have a solve that's at the Homer Brown. You've gone way past another 7 more solves, clues. I just wonder what. They say you pulled it all. Yeah, it's like, why would you say these things? Trusted. I have a fun saying, I'm still satisfied with my solve. Yeah, I said that 4 years ago. And I am even more satisfied with it now. The log got stolen. That in itself is the weirdest thing. 10 years to find a treasure chest. A couple of weeks to find a log that was in the same place that the treasure chest was. No way. Never in a million years. Never in a million years did he find that. No. Sorry, no, no. You may have been given it, but you didn't just go out and find it. That's impossible. You can't find a treasure chest in 10 years, but you can find the log and you can find a stick. No, I don't know. It got stolen. Probably by the because they keep the spot to themselves. Yeah, that's not the spot. Caper hasn't. Oh dear. Hey Michael, how you doing? Yes, thank you. The unicorn may have gotten a booster hint. Depending on when Forrest said you need the chest in hand to prove where one. Yeah. The statement is made to prove that you know warm water's hot. You don't necessarily need the chest in your hands, but you have to know why you will have the chest in your hands because of warm water's hot. Along with, they didn't understand the importance of the first clue. Along with, solve the first two clues, walk right by the chest, blah, 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 the home of Brown. All of that information from Forrest is telling you where it is if you listened and tried to work out where it is. Instead of just going, oh yeah, I know it's right. Here's my solve, 9 clues, blah, blah, blah. Nobody listens. So yeah, I understand what you're saying there, Michael, and thanks for that. If that was supposed to be the spot, why didn't they do soil samples there? Good question. I promise to find I will not reveal who found it or where. I have remained mostly silent. Which is, yeah, no offense, but English is very different in other countries. Yes, very different. And, for even that, how does your solve relate to that statement? That Forrest learned English, that Forrest looked up all the words in the dictionary, that you don't need all the words, but it's risky to ignore any of them, etc., etc. How does your solve relate to that when you only go from beginning where warm water's halt to take the chest and go in peace? What has any of that got to do with what Forrest said? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I looked up all the words, especially the nouns. It's got absolutely nothing to do with what Forrest said. And I just think, crazy. Till he found the treasure had not moved in the 10 years since I left it there on the ground and walked away. Yep. Hey, 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 Mr. Trustee. He did not bury it, but it may have become buried. See, that's another thing that people don't take any notice of. Thanks, Alberti. What if leaves blew in there and it got buried? Well, it's in somewhere then. He's put it in somewhere. Because if leaves blew in there and it became buried because they blew in there, then it's in somewhere. Also, not buried. Not buried. What if leaves blew in there and it became buried? So not buried. Because if it was buried, it wouldn't become buried. So these statements are important statements that tell you what's worth knowing and what isn't worth knowing. If leaves blew in there and it became buried, is it then sepultured, buried, whatever, however Forrest termed it? So if you've buried something and leaves blow in there, does it become more buried? It's not buried because it's already buried. So if leaves blow in there, wherever in there is, and Forrest says in the poem, as I have gone alone in there. So he's saying twice in there. If leaves blew in there and it became buried, is it then support whatever the statement is? Someone said in the video that there are no aspen trees on the Madison. So Forrest did something about aspen, and I had another song about aspen. Even I never remember his name. Davey, what's his name? That bloke who did the Sahara book. It's got a W and a Y, is it? William. What's W in there? William. Can't remember. But it was like that was carved into a tree. The one that did that little goat kid sculpture. Did some books on Africa. What kind of stick would he have found? Lipstick. Well, this thing works. I tightened and screwed back together. So, woohoo! Well done, Pipe. I think you found a plastic stick. A box elder willow branch. Hey, Zozo. Fives to the man. Another Tim. Yeah, there was a leaf in the corner of the chest. What kind of leaves? Pine leaves? They have needles, don't they, pines? I don't think they have leaves. I don't know, I'm not an expert on those sort of things, but I thought pines were like needles. I think Forrest made some, what did he make out? Porcupine. Porcupine tea. Tastes like kerosene. Here's something you'd like. Sitting here with 100-watt Marshall half stack. Matchsticks. Matchstick man and matchstick cats and dogs. Matchsticks are made from aspens. Oh, he used these. Was it his last match? It's like set the map on fire? Something or other. Maybe that's why you need a flashlight. Choosing sideways. Is that a needle? Hi, imagination of innocence. IOI. I remembered. I should have just said IOI. On off. Cheers. Well, it's a good morning now. We are 1 hour into the new day. I hope you're having a great evening. Pine needle coffee, was it? I seem to have. I know he made some pine something out of the cattle with the stick that went through the bullet hole or whatever it was. It was a willow stick. There you go. A willow stick. That, Rudy Green managed to find. Here you go. This is a tree. Here's a stick. Job done. Not exactly in there though, unless you say that he was in the wood. Saw an article about porcupine meat the other day and it made me think about F story. Yeah. Yep. Excuse me. I've removed 2 willow trees from my yard. The roots are surface. What that means? Twig equals under. Yes, it does, INFJ. It does. Absolutely does. If you twig, if you understand why the coin was there, etc., etc., etc. Yes, to and from Bletchley. Oh, from Bletchley. That's not too far away. Uh-oh, the TIE fighter's back. Also switched. June never got switched. Yes, as in counterfeit. As in, oops. upside your head. Said, oops, upside your head. Michael, a willow was only when he was getting the switching from his dad. There you go, a paddle. Or a switching, or a paddle. Hello, Millennium. Not sure what that. Yep. I don't know what the yep is for. That's two things I don't know what that's about. Nice. In his best Yoda. Ah, nice. His best Yoda voice. Hard to come by, they are. Oh, if you missed out the A, the they, that would have been come by, ah, my lord, come by, ah. That's how my mind thinks, isn't it? And no winner there will be. Is that how you would say it? And winner there will be no. Would he? There may be a special reason he put a willow stick in the box. They call me Willow Willow. In my best vodka voice, das Vidania. In his best vodka voice. Someone is blocking me. Ask her to move out of the way. And being a SW fan, a Southwest fan, they should be ashamed. Oh, you're driving. I don't know what Melinda said, but it was nice. Yep, Melinda Cash too. Sad. Oh. Timely burp. Timely burp. It was intentional. Das Vidania. Star Wars. Oh, that reminds me of the Blaze in Colorado. Stars. What was his name? He made metal structures. Down Cripple Creek, Phantom Canyon Road, around there somewhere. Someone called Stars was a sculptor, I suppose, and they were shiny stuff in the sun, and that was a blaze. Obviously, crazy souls. I ended up at security, which is if you're all going down from Cripple Creek, it would be left over there somewhere. With fountain and all those things. Another solve. Ever loads water high, fountain, blah blah blah. Oh, many souls. I was using very old orange Fender equipment, so this is a blessing. I do love my vintage stuff. Is Sarah Davis is in the poem. Not literally, she's not there. Everybody's in the poem. Like I say, this poem is, I don't know. I don't know. I absolutely don't know. I want to meet Forrest and say, Forrest, how did you do this? Please. How did you do this? Are we just finding, which I can't believe, and Tim will probably back me up, and Queen will probably back me up, and other people. I can't believe this. We are just finding real events, real people in the poem. Just coincidence. Every single one of them. Every single thing that happens is purely coincidental. Time, critical events, specific places, dates, people. For Tim, it's different. It will be a specific place for a specific thing. not so much the time. But that has to be in that place. That's impossible. And that would mean that Forrest would have to go there individually, either put it there or know that it's there. No, it's crazy. Five Leaf, do you teach people to play? Play away, way. Tigger, Sarah Davis, Yellowstone Park Ranger is in the poem. Oh, Michael P gave you a full statement. I was just going to admit that Sarah was in the poem. Obviously, Michael reads the poem as well. And there is a bit more to that statement, though, which I'm not going to say. Sounds like a step up for sure. I had a dream about this kind of thing once. No, I am deliberate. Tigger, a dream about marrying? No. Oh, no. Don't say that. I would like to find my future in the poem. Maybe not. I would like to find my future in the poem. No, no, no. No, no, no. That's the scary thing about the poem. The more you find, and it is true, the less you want to find out anything. Trust me. So the more times you read the poem confirms the information that you're getting. Then you have to believe that everything you're going to find is going to be true. And if it's a bad thing, you probably don't want to know it. Not just for yourself, but for everybody or anybody. Like these people that come up with predictions about flooding the United States, etc. Blah blah blah. The Ring of Fire stuff, all of that. No, you don't want to read stuff. You don't want to read it. No war, just stars. You're all stars. Oh, cool. I like that. Just haven't realised it yet. I like that statement. Just stars. Twin sons of different mothers. Oh, a brother from another mother. Twin sons of different mothers. I'd have rather just lived without knowing what tomorrow my last day. But once you see it, you can't unsee it, and that's the trouble. You can't. A statement made by Capro years ago. What was that statement? Happen to see Mary knows the answers. That's a bit specific. I think what I'm trying to say is Forrest gave us the answers. Everybody has the answers because Forrest basically said, look, if you listen to me, which is what he said in the poem, if you listen to me, I'm going to give you the answers. And those big statements that he makes, if you won't know you have the correct warm water salt until you have the chest in your hands. How can Forrest make that statement? And why does he make that statement? Along with, no one's going to stumble on the chest. And I am sure that he does say, I think he was talking to Dale, you won't find it where you're looking, that's for sure. He says something like that. You won't find it where you're looking, that's for sure. Just that, straight out, just like that. Do, do, do. What have you seen, Tim? Does it say Bill Wont is Fenn's cousin? Ninth, removed. It does talk about Bill Gorman. Thank you, Mary. I have to do something. So have a good evening. You too, Glenna. I hope the things that you're doing work out really well. I have seen things. Oh, don't say you've seen dead people. I have seen things too. And I can be specific. Why can't you be? You be one Kenobi. I think Forrest says it's vital that nobody shares the location of my secret spot, whatever. However he said it. Enough, but I'm not sure if it was you or me. I mean, Tim, I believe, has found a load of stuff that, well, you should be bored like me. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible for that to be correct. It's impossible. Same with Queen. It's impossible for her to find any of the stuff that she finds that didn't exist before 2010 because Forrest couldn't have known about it. But it's there. And it's like, oh. Yeah, he did say that, but I can assure you, imagination, in my mind, as far as I can recollect, in a conversation he was having, he said, "You won't find it where you're looking, that's for sure." And I could be imagining that. I'm not saying that I'm not. I know he said what you were saying, and again, I said last time that brings up the. It's not buried. It's not buried where you will find it. So it's not buried, or is it buried? It's not buried where you will find it. Is he saying it's buried where you find it, or is he saying it's not buried where you will find it? I wish I knew where that quote was. I haven't done anything with the chase for years, so. But it's in those, little fishing shorts or whatever that he did with Dell, I think. Oh, people getting gone. Nick, Leonard. Forrest doesn't have any play now. Michael's gone. Zozo's gone. There are many great where warm waters hold, but only one is correct. Is there a way to know if you are correct without having? Yes, 100%. 100%. There's a way to know that you are correct without having the chest in your hands. He's asking chat. But you can know you're correct by understanding that statement. Understanding why he said you won't know you have the correct warm water salt unless you have the chest in your hands. If you understand the statement, you can understand why it was said, then you know where the chest is. If that makes sense. You won't find it on spring break. The drawbacks of that's the thing, I can never be sure it's about me. Just when I think it is, I see a movie scene that falls into place with the description. If you won't find it where you're looking, then you won't find it looking in the poem. If you won't find it where you're looking, you won't find it looking in the poem. But you're not looking in the poem, are you? You're reading the poem. You're not trying to find it in the poem. You're reading the poem. You're not looking for it in the poem. Well, you shouldn't be looking for it in the poem. You should just be reading the poem to find information. You shouldn't even be looking for a chest. Even though Forrest had a hidden chest in the Rocky Mountains, you shouldn't be looking for anything other than just trying to read the poem. So if you're just trying to read it and not looking, then maybe you'll find something. So don't look. Don't look. Don't think. Don't do anything. Just read. Don't tell me you found a chest. Read me what the poem says. Okay? I'm not looking for a chest. I'm going to read what the poem says. Everything is in the poem. I can't argue that. It's not buried where you'll find it, because it is where you start, not end. You find it, then take it in the canyon down. Close. Close, Ben. Close. You should know where it is before you leave your house. You should know where it is before you leave your house. Anybody, whichever solve it is, I don't care which solve it is, anybody who has a solve and they go out searching, guess what? You stumble on it. You don't know where it is. You find it because you think you know where it is, but you stumble on it because you don't know where it is. And Forrest made sure that's not the case. He said, 9 clues in my poem led him precisely. In the book, if you follow the 9 clues precisely, so you have to know where it is. There is no searching, ever. You're not searching anything, and you're not taking it anywhere. You know where it is. And if you understand what I'm talking about for the title, you won't know you have the correct where warm waters halt until you have the chest in your hands. Anybody who claims that they have a solve and they don't know, no, they don't have the chest in their hands, and they don't know why that statement was said, can't be a correct solve. Because you won't know you have the right where warm waters halt. And if you don't know you have the right where warm waters halt, how can you make a claim that you have the correct solve when you don't even know you have the correct where warm waters halt, or why that statement was made? Secret fishing hole looks to be spawning. Like, ooh. I've found a lot of things that are in the poem. Some things aren't movable. Tim, I'm not just saying it because you're here, but well, and Queen, because you both find stuff that's not possible to be found. It's not possible. Forrest cannot know about all these things and write them all into the poem, and people find them. No, he would have to physically manipulate all of those things to happen. Whatever is found. If you find a person, no, the person would have existed. If you find a building that didn't exist before 2010, why is Forrest writing about it in the poem? And you know what I mean about that building, don't you? And you know who I'm talking to. If you find that in the poem and it didn't exist before 2010, and everything related to that couldn't have existed before 2010. So therefore, why is it in the poem? And how the heck did Forrest know that in 2024, someone was going to be looking in the poem and they were going to find this information and it was going to be true and correct? The poem shouldn't be possible. It should not be possible. I didn't stumble on it. It was the vodka. Pick yourself back up and straighten out your thong, trusted. Giddy up, giddy up. Well, my solve is out. Even Ben said so. Well, my solve is out. Even Ben said so. There you go, jockey. Can more than one person have the chest in their hands? More than one person has a chest in their hands. A chest in their hands. So more than one person can have a chest in their hands. But the chest in their hands, I'm not sure. The chest is in Forrest's hands. And then the chest will be in the Smithsonian. And I suppose everybody could probably have the chest in their hand. I'll probably not touch it. I found Morse code. Yes, definitely Morse code in there. Yeah, well, I've already said that Do Re Mi's in there. The national anthem for America's in there. Um, as I have gone alone and now with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret wearing hints of riches new and old. What else music? There's another music one in there. I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, there's quite a few stuff in there. There's a message in there that says um, something to do with garbled communication. Please repeat. Blah blah blah. Forrest said most people will not recognise the importance of the place. The importance of the place. I know he said about the importance of the first clue. I know he said people wouldn't think it was that special or something. Um, I kind of like the put in it were being disappointed, extremely disappointed. But as I said to my friend, I say earlier, but it was yesterday to me. Everybody solves the poem. Everybody solves it in their own way, in their own thought. But Forrest expected that and had lots of answers, many answers. And if you listen to Forrest, two clues is enough to find one thing. Two clues is enough. You know what? You know the importance of where warm water salt, because he said I didn't understand the importance of where warm water salt. You understand the Homer Brown. If you know the Homer Brown, why are you worried about the blaze? If you have the Homer Brown, why are you worried about where warm water's halt? And if I told you the Homer Brown, you go right straight to it. Then he gave you the two clues things. So the first two clues academic. So the first two clues you're halfway there, metaphorically speaking. Little girl from India can't get closer than the first two clues. Blah 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 blah. Over and over again, Forrest was telling you, look, this is where it is. This is where it is. This is where it is. This is the answer. This is the answer. This is where it is. This is where it is. Nobody wants to take any notice. So I try to listen to what Forrest said, and I understand those things that you're not going to stumble on it. You won't know you have the right where warm water salt, so you have the chest in your hands, blah blah. They were said for a reason. People say Forrest tried to take people away from the spot, but even the Montana thing, Montana's in the poem, and in an important place. So staying in Montana, absolutely. Why wouldn't you? And I think it will become evident if these truths are known. So whilst nothing is as it seems, words don't mean what you think they do, and people are arguing now about the chase, assuming that everything is as it seems, and words mean what you think they do, and that's crazy. Basically, you're told you're watching a film unfold that isn't real, and you believe it's real. So back to when you're a kid. You're a kid watching the telly and you believe everything you've seen on the telly is real. Having nightmares, whatever, because you believe it's real. And you're being told by your parents, it's not real, don't worry about it. You don't take any notice. You want to believe it's real. It's not real. Those words you hear don't mean what you think they do. So why are you worried? The film you're watching, it's not real. It's not real. Why are you that invested in it when you're being told it's not real? Why are you trying to? I suppose you're supposed to make sense of it, but why are you trying to make sense of it in a sensible way instead of a nonsensical way? I don't know. I kind of like, I don't know. I think our mind manipulates things sometimes, but there are plenty of places that existed before 2010 that I found in the poem and in places I've been. Some are no longer open, just buildings. And again, why would Forrest put them in there? You should not be able to find them because Forrest put it in there. You shouldn't be able to find it because Forrest put it in there. And how did he get it in there? Your information, at my information, Queen, Colitis, Steve GTA, whoever else is reading the poem. How does Forrest get all that information in the poem? And how is it factual? It's not just information. You can go out and find it. And you don't go out and find it. You can read stuff and find it. You can find it in the poem, then research it and find it for real. I've already told you about the cryogenics place in Australia, the one in Arizona. So what? Word for word, the absolute address. I wasn't looking for the cryogenics place in Australia, but there it is, in Arizona. Why would it be in the poem? Doesn't make any sense. But word for word, the exact address. Find in the video that Smell the Sunshine put out that had Forrest with the emerald stone ring. It was in the poem. I would never have known, and me and David would never have known if it wasn't in the poem telling us that we should look on that video. And sure enough, there it was. And it's like, why would Forrest put it? Why would Forrest put it in the poem, and how did he do it? Because for each bit of information, it has to change the dynamics of the poem. And that takes me to Douglas Preston. I saw the first draft of the poem that took 15 years. You saw a draft of a poem that took 15 years. A draft, which means it was changed. And you thought it was too easy? A poem that took 15 years. So you have to start thinking about these statements that are made. I knew about the Arizona car park in 1995. What? 15 years before the chase started? You know where the chase was going to end? In the Arizona car park, which changed to the Denver car park, but you knew in 1995, as he said in the Capo interview, in 1995 you knew about the Arizona car park. You have to ask Forrest about the Denver Museum car park. But in 1995, where the car was going to be, in the Arizona car park of Nashville, whatever it was. So those things are what you need to be thinking. What? Uh-oh. I've got a blue thing there that says, goes down. I missed that. Sorry if I missed what you were saying. Need the patience to teach students. I think that's to do with him teaching. I think of the thrill of the chase as a trilogy forest. Hello, Kiwi. A trilogy forest. Trilogy forest. Dang. I've got a Fender guitar, but no idea how to play it. Uh-oh. Yeah, Tintinet's always good. There's always someone on there that says, I will teach you how to play this in 20 hours. Sounds like all is growing well. Water the trees then, Mr. Pirate. I will suggest Al-Bay's guitar method. Then, freelance. Ooh, that's more like B-A-lance, balance. The wolf, something of Wyoming. I can't remember what he did now. Another song. First trilogy was then potatoes. TTOTC. broth too far to walk, and then a bowl and spoon to eat with once upon a while. See, that makes a mockery of those people that say the scrapbooks don't mean nothing. A book about scrapbooks, but scrapbooks don't mean anything. If the book's supposed to help you in one way or another, and scrapbooks don't mean anything, why is there a book with scrapbooks? So I believe what Forrest says, not necessarily what other people think. You have to believe that if somebody's going to write a book that has the scrapbooks in it, and those books are supposed to help in one way, shape, or form, then there must be something in that information you were given. I think you're getting a lesson now, Tim. Zozo's going to teach you. I can't see the blue finger, so it must be blocked. I can't see the blue finger, so it must be blocked. The blue finger? You must be looking for the Kraken or something, not blue finger. Oh, I see you, pirate. Yes, pirate. Got some root, vegetables, potatoes, and carrots. Too Far to Walk was a beautiful book. A beautiful book. You guys are making me hungry, I guess. I'll go eat some dinner. Oh, okay. See you later, Woody. Thanks for popping in. Eat it because it's made, or eat it because you've got to make it. So you do it every time. Like for me, it's 1:30 in the morning. And you're talking about food. Food, glorious food. So what are you saying is the poem moves a chest, meaning a whole card? I mean, I found several whole cards. I'm just trying to figure out what wasn't found. I mean, was it a fence post, a grave marker? What wasn't found? It's hard to know what wasn't found unless you know what was in there to be found. But I can assure you there is a lot of things to be found in that poem. And maybe even an Appalachian's treasure. Maybe, if that's the case. What if JCB puts one there? I'm not saying that's the case, I'm just saying, what if? Got to think of the what ifs. Ifs. Asked, will I do again? I missed that. Oh, Kiwi. Didn't really read Once Upon a While, skimmed it fast, then gave it away. To the cosmos? That's another thing. Just giving it away to the cosmos, Forrest. No, whoever solves it is going to have to earn it. Many. One. There were eggs. What? What? I just ate some spaghetti. I've learned a few things like putting peas and carrots in it. Ooh, bolognese. Imperial. Ah, Imperial. Imperial eggs. Is that from an imperial bird? Here's a fun thought. Has anyone found the blaze? Well, I think I found the blaze. Didn't take a radial off it though. But if you know warm water salt, you know the blaze. And if you know the home ground, you know the blaze. I only own one book. Yeah, I only own one book, and somebody gave it to me. Never forgotten. Actually, I should get in touch with that person. I wanted to prove that all you needed was a poem. It didn't work. I used the internet. Yeah, I don't think the internet helps. That's again talking to a friend today. If you went outside of the poem, there is nothing at all, not one shred of evidence that says what you find is the answer. So if you go outside of the poem and your answer has come from the internet, you have no way of proving that it's correct. The answer has to come from the poem, 100%. Your answer to this chase has to come from the poem. No specialized knowledge. So that means if you go onto the internet and try and find out stuff that is specific that somebody else has given you, the chances are it's not right. If you find the answer in the poem, it will tell you. It will tell you the answer. There's a Bluetooth, blue finger, and a blue wrench. Breathe, damn it, breathe. Jack found it. He gridded the area, 25 days, etc., etc., etc. Mind you, somebody benefited from it, so. Oh, you got rid of 2 books. Dope. But did he say what it was? I don't know what that's to. Wonderful couple they were. Nobody but Jack knows. Nobody but Jack knows. I think you underestimate the importance of Forrest. Untrue, not unclean, but untrue. Let's just say I believe the correct blaze has not been made public. Well, if I have the correct blaze, I made it public. I just didn't make it public. So I told you, but I told you in my way. If I have the correct blaze, and that's what I try to do. I do my videos. I give you answers in the videos that I do, straight to your face. Well, straight to your words. Nobody seems to say anything. Untrue to what Mario says about if you know a certain question, that is a one cannot know other location, no shortcuts. But there is a shortcut. It's in the poem. You take a shortcut, you go straight to the wood. There are no shortcuts unless you have a T. But there are no shortcuts. But you don't need a shortcut if you know where warm water's hold. And that's why Forrest makes those statements. If you know where it is before you leave your house, if you know where it is, as long as you know where it is, everything that Forrest says, you can understand. You can understand exactly what he's saying. You don't have to worry about whether the hot water affected the patina or not. You don't have to worry about nobody stumbling on it. You don't have to worry about where warm water's hold, having the chest in your hands. None of it, because you already know what the answer is. And all of those things make sense. If you died more than $50 in your pocket, makes sense. Even my costs were making a profit, makes sense. The thing is, you have to know. If you know the end, you know all of what Forrest was saying. And if you don't know the end, you haven't got a clue. There's the blaze, there's the blaze, there's the blaze. More than one blaze. Hang on. There is more than one blaze, but it's the same blaze. Your metaphors are not valid. Nope. What? I have no idea what around means. It's just the name of a type of equipment. Well, not radar something or other. But what do they call them? An acronym? It's an acronym. Type Google. When there's a fire, there's blazes. And saddles. I can understand that each searcher needs to follow the clues in order. Again, Forrest says, if I told you the home of Brown, you'd go right straight to it. Forrest says, if I told you the home of Brown, you go right straight to it. How does Loran refer to the blade? Oh, I don't know that. All the information can be clue 1, clue 2, clue 3, clue 4, clue 5, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't mean you need all of them. Not whatever you and Mary said the statement is, it is not buried where you will find it, and you cannot stumble on it, which, in my opinion, is. Again, your opinion on the stuff that you heard, and you haven't heard what I've heard. Doesn't make me wrong. So, your opinion, anybody can stumble. Forrest is making a specific statement. You will not happen upon that chest, which is another way he said it. Nobody will happen upon it, which is what he's talking about. Nobody in the whole entire world will stumble on that chest. Nobody in the whole entire world. Nobody in the whole entire world will know they have the correct where warm waters halt unless they have the chest in their hands. Specific statements from Forrest Fenn that says, in my opinion, if you understand these statements, you know. If you don't understand these statements, you don't know. The blaze, to me, indicates the one and only blaze that matters. 100%. There is one blaze, but it can happen many times. And I'm saying that it is false. See you later, Tim. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, we have to agree to disagree. There's only one person that knows all the answers. That's Forrest. We are just making our own deductions based on the information he gave us. And of course, we're not going to agree because we're all different. And it's fall out of it, though. I doubt you will find it from just me telling you. At least 2 blazes are used, but there is more than 2. Okay? It makes those statements false. False, I tell you, false. Yet, then all that is claims to the opposite. You make claims to the opposite. I'll just tell you what Forrest said and then my interpretation of it. Who are you saying you told Homer Brown to? I did. Pittsburgh, Montana, Homer Brown. Yes, it's all been done. That's in the poem. It's all there. To this stream, Alberti. Okay. Then you are saying that the finder doesn't have the chest in his hands. I'm saying the finder doesn't need the chest in his hands if he knows where warm water holds. But you have to know why that statement is made. You can know where warm waters halt because you will have the chest in your hands if you know where warm waters halt. So you know you will have the chest in your hands if you know where warm waters halt. 100%. And it says in the hands in the poem. Can you go right to the treasure with me telling you it? No, See? And that's the issue with this chase. I'm not talking about the treasure. I'm talking about the chest. The treasure is something different, in my opinion, or the trove, whatever you want to call it. So, as Forrest did it, he said different statements, talking about different things, and everybody put it all together as one mishmash and said Forrest is contradicting himself and he's talking a whole load of bull. But he wasn't. So, the treasure is different than the chest. So, I can't answer that question because it's not valid. Even you are wrong, man. Yes, I know I can be wrong. I'm not saying anybody can stumble. Could be over their own feet. You can stumble and fall on the spiritual chest. Yeah, I'm not saying that's not right. What I'm saying is, Forrest made a clear and precise statement. Nobody will stumble upon my chest or that chest. That's clear and precise to the whole world that nobody will. Now, you believing that somebody can, that's your opinion. But you're going directly against what Forrest said, that nobody will. So you making that somebody can is going against nobody will. I am telling you a fact. Nobody will stumble on that chest, says Forrest. The fact that you believe somebody can is going against what Forrest said. Nobody will. Which is what I'm trying to get across to people. Is a blanket statement to everybody that Forrest knows nobody will. Nobody will find that chest by accident. Nobody will happen upon that chest. You change that statement to nobody will happen upon it, which means nobody will stumble on it, nobody will happen upon it. You have to know where it is. You have to solve the poem. You have to know where it is. You have to know where warm waters halt, because if you don't know that, you have nothing. He can't make it any clearer. Absolutely can't make it any clearer. You need where warm waters halt, and you need it to start the chase. And if you have it, you will have the chest in your hands. I cannot make it any clearer than Forrest making it any clearer. You won't stumble on that chest. Nobody will stumble on that chest. You have to know where it is, and you have to know where it is by knowing where warm waters halt, and you have to know where it is by knowing the home of Brown, and you have to know where it is by knowing the blaze. And if you don't know all of those things, no. Forrest couldn't make it any clearer in everything that he said. In the two clues, in the home of Brown, in the where warm waters halt, he told you where it was. He told you how to find it, and he expressly said that you need to know more than anything else. You need to know where warm waters halt. You have to know it. You have to know the home of Brown. You have to know it. And making up different scenarios because of what you believe does not change the fact that Forrest said it will not happen. It will not happen. You believe in it could happen, okay, but it will not happen. That's the statement that Forrest made, and that's what I'm trying to get across. Forrest made specific statements. If you ignore them, you won't know, ever know, never know. You will not know. You have the correct where warm waters halt until you have the chest in your hands. What is that telling you? Nobody will stumble on my chest. Nobody will happen upon my chest. What is that telling you? If I told you the home of Brown, you go right straight to it. What is that telling you? Now, making up excuses and believing other stuff is not what Forrest is trying to do. He's telling you, look, here it is. If I told you the home of Brown, you go right straight to it. Where is it? Where is it? He's not leading anybody away from anything. He's telling you stuff. The fact that you don't listen and you want to do another 7 clues, that's not Forrest's fault. I don't know, I get off on sometimes. 85-15 rule is Forrest fact, but somebody did. Well, stumble on it. Yeah, but nothing is as it seems. No one, no human, nobody equals individual, possibly a shy person. There seems logical, pirate. That seems logical, pirate. No, I missed that. I disagree, Tigger. There was no stumbling. It was direct. Has to be direct. Has to be followed precisely. Led the person straight right to it. Blah blah blah. There can't be any stumbling. You have to know. I disagree, Tigger. There was no stumbling. It was direct. I read that. Nice try. No plausible theory. You will not stumble upon a location that is concealed, as I have gone alone in there. It was an isolated place. Nobody would normally even go there, even to have a tinkle. Okay, so yes, isolated place. Nobody would normally go there. So you're not going to stumble on it if you wouldn't normally go there. And Forrest knew nobody would go there. But isolated could be 3 foot away from me, just blocked off. Isolated. But nobody go there because it's blocked off. You know, no entry. Nobody goes there because there's no entry. Nothing to stop you going there. But you don't go there because there's no entry. So you don't go. It could be right in the path you are on and should miss it because it is sealed in a location that is not part of hiking, trailblazing, etc. No stumbling will occur. Concealed or not, you are capable of stumbling. And yes, it could be upon any chest, and that is not a bird where you find. Yeah, but you're trying to make something happen that Forrest said won't happen. Nobody's going to stumble on it. It doesn't matter that somebody could stumble on it. He's saying nobody will. That's the end of that argument. You might think that somebody can stumble on it, but Forrest is saying nobody will. Now, you can either believe what Forrest said, that nobody will, or believe that somebody can. That's up to you. I'm not saying you're wrong in what you believe, but I'm saying Forrest said nobody will. You believe that somebody can? Okay. But Forrest says nobody will. A blanket statement to everybody in the whole world that nobody will. You want to believe that somebody can? Believe it. But it's not what Forrest said. I disagree, imagination. If you are in the wilderness, you will be vigilant to stumble. Focus, Daniel-san. So what you're saying is you have to be a very skilled ballet dancer in order to find it. Yes, very skilled ballet dancer. Now, I think the stumbling is not the falling. The stumbling is the happening upon. Nobody will find it accidentally, is the point. Nobody will find my chest accidentally. If you're stumbling, either quit drinking innate or walking. Won't want people getting hurt. Drink, walking, coffee. So you'd have to drunk click every trip. Pirate. Yes. Good bit. And yeah, I think we're missing this stumbling point. It's nobody will happen upon it. Nobody will come across my chest by accident. He said, studied, analysed opponent, no accident, blah blah blah. You have to know is what this is about. Not it, you're not going to fall over it. He's saying nobody will find my chest by accident. Happening upon good comparison. But that's what he said. Please do not be offended, but many treasures have been found by accident. But it's not what Forrest said. You can believe what you want. Anybody can believe what they want, and that's why everybody has a different solve. Forrest said he's literal. Nobody will stumble on my chest means nobody will happen upon it. Means solve my effing poem. Solve my poem. Know where it is. Go get it. That's what it means. That's his statement. The way I see it. Nobody will happen upon my chest. You will have to know. You will have to earn it, and you will have to know where it is. And you will have to understand every single effing word that comes out of my mouth, because they don't mean what you think they do. Forrest built his poem with a specific way to understand their warm water salt before you go out looking for them. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. You know, somebody doesn't, get a dictionary, look up all the words for no reason, and then tell you you don't need all the words, but it's risky to ignore any. You don't need them all, but it's risky to ignore any. And people go from begin at where warm water salts, take the chest and go in peace, and think they've solved the poem, missing out 3 stanzas. It's risky to ignore any. You don't need all of them. It's risky to ignore any, and you ignore 3 stanzas. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Then you have to factor in, I looked up all the words, especially the nouns, in that poem. The hardest word there, or word probably terrascant. What's that all about? The rest of it, as I've gone alone in there with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret way into which is new and old. You're looking up them words? Why are you looking up them words? They're not difficult words. Those words don't mean what you think they do. And Forrest never wrote a poem for you to find a chest. He wrote a poem to hide. He wrote a poem to hide it, not tell you where it was. He wrote a poem to hide whatever it was that needed finding in them words. And not only did he write that for him to hide it, but he hid all that other information in there. And I don't know how. But he did. Stumbled, happened upon. Yeah, it's not about falling over it. It's about you know where it is. If you don't know where it is, you're going to stumble on it. It's that simple. If you don't know where it is, you're going to stumble on it. If you go out searching, oh, there's a chest. You stumbled on it. You found it by accident. You found it and you happened upon it, as opposed to you went straight to it. I don't get how difficult that is to understand. I don't get it at all, how people go out searching. I went 100 boots on the ground. What? Are you kidding me? You shouldn't be searching for anything. You should just go straight to it. If you're going to search, you're going to stumble upon the chest, or you're going to happen upon the chest. I don't get it. The chest is in the place Forrest knew could not be. Exactly. It's in a place that Forrest knew it couldn't be stumbled upon. Nobody's going to happen on that chest. And told everybody in the world that nobody's going to happen upon it. In the Rocky Mountains could be on private property shared by being. Like I say, it's going to be somewhere, like somebody said, nobody's going to go. It's in an isolated place. Forrest told you it was in an isolated place. The place is in the sun most of the day, but the chest is not. The area is huge, but the place is small, or whatever. It's like, people, are you listening to what Forrest is saying and trying to put all that together and making, an answer out of it? Or are you just trying to use the information that you've got to make sense of your soul? It's not about making sense of your soul. It's about listening to what Forrest said, because he's going to hint. And he says, so hearing you want to listen good. So you have to listen to what Forrest said. If you're just going to make up your own ideas and your own assumptions and your own whys and wherefores, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't question my solution. If anything, I believe I regret for sharing it may be the better than Forrest fence. Yeah, I think everybody solved it. 350,000 people solved the poem. Forrest said, you need a correct solve. Last Jack did not find it if he leafed around. Well, Jack goes against everything Forrest said. He stumbled on it. You know, he looked whatever for the blaze, up or down, I don't know. But he's, I've just read the next thing. But he found it because the soil was disturbed. So he didn't know where it was. He definitely stumbled on it. Mario, can you be bribed? As in, don't say any more. Have I said too much? Excuse me. Is my left ear good? It's just itching. Stumble. You have to use remote viewing. I mean, had to. Well, there's a lot of talk about it, but I don't know how Forrest did it. Even remote viewing, that didn't do the poem. Like I said, it seems like the poem was written. I mean, Forrest even said the book had to write itself, and in the book is the poem. So that means the poem had to write itself. But how does that happen? Finding a chest is like finding the pirate's treasure. If you went deeper, it would be possible to find the real. Yes, most people just scratched the surface and walked away. Do you think I'm teacher's pet? Well, if you got an apple, yes. Hi, Merla, how you doing? It is also why landowners refer you to cross the region on the other side of the river. Or tell you to get off their land. Darn! I was so close to the top as well. Get off my land. Makes it worse when you're on the road as well. I'm not on anybody's land. I'm on a road. And, that's my own fault because I told the person who drove me there, the taxi driver, that it's okay, I could walk. Because he wanted to take me to the top, and I said, no, it's okay. Enjoy. So I got out and started walking. I should have just said, no, take me to the top. There it is. Thank you. I'll take it now, just in case Trusted gets his hand on it. He might take the seeds out and start planting them. Not having that. I'll plant them myself. A red one. Open gate refers to a body of water and the legal distance limits of 200 feet, but some drive the road about 500 feet. There you go. Mario, the minute you start telling people they are stupid for trying, I haven't told anybody they're stupid. I just don't understand why people don't listen to Forrest. That doesn't make you stupid. That makes me wonder why you don't listen to Forrest. If anybody decides that what Forrest says isn't good enough, then I have to wonder about that. If Forrest is telling you nobody will stumble on it, nobody's going to stumble on it. It doesn't matter what we think. It really doesn't. Trying to simply buy hundreds of boots on the ground. Oh, right. No, you shouldn't need hundreds of boots on the ground. You shouldn't need hundreds of boots on the ground. If you listen to Forrest and he tells you you're going to go right straight to it, why are you doing hundreds of boots on the ground? You can be as offensive as you want. I'm just stating a fact. If the person who set up the chase tells you, if you follow the 9 clues in my poem precisely, it will lead to the end of my rainbow and the treasure, and you have to go out searching, you're not listening to him, which is what I'm saying. And if you want to say that that makes you stupid, say it makes you stupid. I said I don't get it. You want to say that I'm saying you're stupid. I'm not saying you're stupid. You are. I'm saying I don't get it. If somebody tells you, go down there, turn right, turn left, go down another 100 yards, and you'll end up where you should be, and you don't do that, I don't get that. You want to choose a different route. I don't get that. You want to say that that makes you stupid? Say it. I haven't said it makes you stupid. I'm saying it, I don't get it. I don't get why you do that. Take it how you want. I need to buy that. Needs to buy a clue. A-E-A-E-I-O-U. And sometimes why? Buy a vowel. When you bite into an apple and find a worm, it's not a true statement. You actually found half a worm. I know with waterfront houses, I'm among the happiest. If you spit out the other half, does it count? No. Worms can't count. Well, as far as I know, they can't count. But I'm in miles of water and cross it. I don't need boots on the ground, but waders in the water. Two halves make a hole, and therefore, if you make the hole, you can dig in it and find a chest. 9 mile hole. Two halves make a hole. That's the answer to the room, isn't it? You're locked in a room, there's a table there. No doors, no windows. How'd you get out? Well, you break the table in half. Two halves make a hole and go out for the hole. No, I won't change anything. I'm telling you, in the nicest possible way, that if you choose to believe your own idio, whatever they are, and not Forrest Fenn, I don't understand that. You want to make your own solve? Make it. You want Forrest Fenn solve? Then listen to Forrest Fenn. If you don't want to listen to Forrest Fenn, I can't help you. If you want to act stupid, I can't help you. But I've not called you stupid. You have. Better than finding your path. You can get a whole. It takes a long time to think this way. We were trained to think exactly. The whole point was, Forrest said, nobody can think my thoughts. And everybody doesn't. They think their own thoughts and think that their own thoughts will lead them to where they want to be. No, your thoughts won't lead you anywhere. You need to follow what Forrest Fenn says if you want to solve the poem. You want to believe what you want to believe it. I don't care. I'm telling you that you need to believe what Forrest Fenn said. If that makes me a bad man, that makes me a bad man. Grubs. Ugh, I believe they're actually grubs. Yes, those people have no chance of solving the poem. They just open their wallets and buy everything. And Fenn told Timothy to go check out Yellowstone. Uh-oh, Davy's getting technical. I admit and accept my past. I have nothing. I don't care what that is about. Enter the medical worm. Multiple occasions, not as expected as people make it to be. You get a bit of a crunch, and then tequila. Oh, and a song to go with it. He told K-Pro to dip her toe in it, and they crossed the medicine. Retard? Are you a retard? Well, Tasuki was retarded, so you're in good companions. Your ignorance represents you. Got it. Yep, my ignorance does. Tigger, you know too much. Somebody explain Packer Jack. Is he? Well, I don't think anybody can explain Packer Jack. He comes out of nowhere, disappears, then comes out of nowhere. And again, it's part of the game, possibly. It always seems to have information. Uh, don't know. 1 minute they were all on K-Pro show, now they're all on Ben's. Don't know. Do, 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 do. left straight to it. All literal. Tell us again how you're the so Forrest. I don't know how Forrest thinks. I'm telling you what he said. Nobody will stumble on it. Take that how you want. I take it that nobody will happen upon that chest. That if you don't know where it is, you ain't finding it. That's it. Now, you want to be awkward about what you want to believe, fine. I'm telling you the statement that Forrest made and my opinion of that statement. Along with the other statements that he made, you won't know you have the correct where warm waters halt unless you have the chest in your hands. If you don't understand it, then you haven't solved the poem. It's that simple. It really is that simple. If you don't understand that statement, along with if I told you the Homer Brown, you go right straight to it, along with if you solve the first two clues as academic, etc., etc., if you don't understand those statements, you didn't solve the poem, in my opinion. And you should not be doing more than, well, I didn't do more than one, but you shouldn't be doing lots of boots on the ground if Forrest said, 9 clues in my poem, if followed precisely, will lead to the end of my rainbow and the treasure. So precisely means precisely, which means no searching, no running around, no doing anything, because he said, if I told you the Homer Brown, you go right straight to it. So he's basically saying, you are going to go to that place. You're not going to search, you're not going to look around, you're not even going to have to think about anything. You're just going to go and get it. You know where it is. So therefore, don't do another boot on the ground until you know where it is. That's how I see it. If you do a boot on the ground and you don't know where it is, why are you doing a boot on the ground? That's not what Forrest said do. And take that how you want. I'm not being nasty. I'm telling you, Forrest told you the best way to do it. If you don't want to listen to that information, don't know. I don't know. Hi Mario, what are you doing? I'm trying to explain that Forrest told you how to find it, and some people don't want to listen. They think that they know how to find it by doing lots of boots on the ground and wandering around. Other than that, we're doing good. How are you, MJ? No, he said, dip your toe in it to see if it's warm. MJ! He said, there's no warm water under that bridge. He's trying to back engineer it to see if it is warm or if it is cold to mellow it out more like it. Because I can tell you right now, you are not winning the game with those statements. I'm not trying to win any game. They're not my statements. I'm repeating Forrest Fenn's statements and giving my opinion that you had to know where it was. Which means no boots on the ground. Not lots of them. If you know where it is, go get it. And he even said that in Capro's statement. If you know where it is, go in the trees and get it. Because her PhD wasn't holding enough. Forrest sent me an email and explained the whole chase to me. Did he? Can I see it, Violet? When did you tell me? What is your answer about the Toledo statement? What did he say and what did that mean? That changed there. There was different statements. For me, that was the north of Santa Fe. That gave you the north of Santa Fe. For me. But again, I wasn't looking for a chest and I wasn't interested in that statement because I don't need that. The information is in the words that are in the poem. So that statement, along with the hot water effect in the patina and everything, is there to help. I didn't say I did. I never said I had a clue. I never said I had a clue. I never said I was a solver. I never said anything. You make your statements about what you believe to be true, about you having to solve all 300 and whatever, however many of you there are, and you have 9 clues. Just statements that Forrest said, if I told you the home of Brown, you go right straight to it. And I haven't got a clue. Pirate, you win is best connected to Forrest. The lookers are going to be jealous. Yes, absolutely. Although, I can never get the name right. A Whisperer. She seems pretty connected. Luli seems pretty connected. Clap along if you feel a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. But can I touch? Can you touch? Not if you're MC Hammer. You can't touch this. Oh, please just tell us what Forrest Fenn said. Can't wait. Of the this word is thing. You don't have to listen. I don't force you to be here. Because somebody tells you that your solve may not be right, you get upset. If somebody tells me my solve is not right, you may be right. Forrest will let us know. I'm not claiming to be anything other than somebody who's trying to understand what Forrest Fenn said and that this is not bullshit. Take it how you want. I'm not trying to tell you anything. I never even called you stupid. You called yourself stupid. I said I don't understand people doing more than a few boots on the ground. You shouldn't do. You should know where it is if you listen to what Forrest Fenn said, and you obviously don't. Otherwise, you wouldn't be so upset. Oh, I just found some Tootsie Roll. Don't know what the hell they are. MJ, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Under a canopy of stars, as above, so below. Woo! Well, like I say, that could read, found reporting to Major Forest Burke Fenn. Forest is vegetation, canopy is a Burke, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely could read that way. So somebody reported to Forrest and told him where it was. You don't have to believe it, but it's true. Look up the words, find the synonyms, because Forrest looked up all the words in that poem. You're all right, imagination. You're all right. I'm not trying to be horrible to anybody. I'm just trying to say, listen to what Forrest Fenn said. He'll tell you where it is. It's that simple. Honestly, it is that simple. If you listen to what he says, take that on board. He tells you where it is. Well, he tells you where it is, but you also know that that's not what this is about. Not about that chest. Never about that chest. I know I'm not mad. And how do you know that? Clap your hands if you believe in fairies. Not sure about that one. I thought you were going to say clap your hands if you believe in Forrest. Mad as a hatter. Clap, clap, clap your hand. Put on your partner's hand, right hand. You can find those. What, Mad Hatters in June? I'm late for a very important date. Are you waving or clapping hands? I don't mind looking like an idiot. I've got nothing to prove, you know what I mean? I'm not bothered. I don't care. Listen, if somebody tells me I'm stupid for behaving stupid, why would I bother about that? Maybe I'll try not to be stupid. I don't mind. I don't know why you think I'll be upset about it. It's just the mercury to form the hair. Don't worry, it will be over some. Over some or over soon? Soon! Yes, it will be over soon. The definition of a word is never exact as an answer after an equal sign. Well, the Mercury is the messenger, so maybe we'll get some messages. Maybe Ben will have a shave. Can't be long now. It's fun to play with Mercury. It's attracted to gold. Oh, are they going to get married? Then you end up with the Philosopher's Stone and the alchemy and all that stuff. Don't know if you want to do that, do you? Hermes, yes. Hermes or Hermes? Well, they just go by different names, don't they? Depending on whether they're Roman or Greek or whatever. I'll tumble for you. Can a tumble be considered the same thing as a stumble? I don't know. Over here, a tumble means it's a little bit rude. um, yeah, I suppose you could have a tumble dry, but not a stumble dry. I don't know what you're trying to say there. Can a tumble be considered the same? I don't think Forrest meant it to be, a stumble at all. I think he meant nobody is going to find my chest accidentally, which is what he said. Nothing about it will be accidental. We'll study and analyse the poem, blah, blah, blah. Pirate, did you know the colour of gold is red? Yes, trusted. As in the phoenix. All I see is gold. Yes, I think if you look up the synonym of gold, you'll be surprised how many colours it is. It's well, I think you'll be surprised at any of the words, to be fair, in the poem, what they mean. I think just a few hearts there for everyone. I think if no, I'll change that. I can keep my secret where. So as far as saying where can I keep my secret? So I did a video a long time ago about how many questions in the poem. I can keep my secret where? Is he saying where can I keep my secret? I can keep my secret where? Not a treasure, not a chest, but where can I keep my secret? Gold is used to stain glass red. If the chest was lure, then who was looking for who? Yes. So, you know, everybody must agree now that the chest was a lure. Everybody must agree that the chest was a lure. If that's the case, why aren't you worried about what's the real thing? And how do you get the information out of the poem to find the real thing? If the chest was just a lure. The Forrest said, if I can't take it with me, I'm not going. So in a way you could say, well, he put the chest out there, everybody thinking that was his stuff. And then when it was found, thinking that was over, whatever was really up for grabs, Forrest could take with him because nobody's going to be looking anymore. They're going to think it's been found, so job done. That's how you could look at it. They don't offend me. I did not mean to do. Yeah, no worries. They don't offend me. I just, and I apologise if my words offend you, but they're not meant to offend you. They're meant to tell you the truth that Forrest told us the answers. And if we make up our own bias in our own souls, we're not going to get the right answers. I find it simple in what Forrest said. Now, obviously, before I didn't. I was like, "What the heck are you talking about? How is that possible that if you die with more than $50, more than $50 in your pocket, you're a failure? How is that possible for us? That's not possible. Your statement makes absolutely no sense at all." And so I tried to understand what that statement was about, and now I do, and it makes absolute perfect sense why that statement is made. That if you die with more than $50 in your pocket, you're a failure. You know, and part of what we understand to be the solve takes that into account. Even my costs were making a profit. If you know what the answer is, it makes absolute sense. So, whilst initially in the chase you listen to what Forrest says and you think, what? Talking rubbish, that makes no sense. When you actually know what's going on, it makes perfect sense. Made you say underwear. Oh, underwear? Oh, under there. You did. Let me say underwear. What is a who? I'm so gullible. Yeah, I know that feeling. Pirate, why did you make me say underwear? Again. Twice. 3 times a lady. Underwood. Typewriter. Oh, the typewriter's in the stoof.com room. That was, even that was part of the solve. And had a Chittenden solve, the Isolake solve, those bridges that he built, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, so many possible solves that, absolutely not a good solve at all. Can't be a good solve if your chest should not be, if we talk about chess now, your chest should not be anywhere that somebody can find it, which means somewhere where somebody will go. It can't be somewhere where somebody will go. And you're going to go looking for it in that place. So therefore, it can't be the answer. Especially when Forrest says, somebody saying buried, but I know he definitely said looking. Just out of the blue. He was talking to somebody and then he says, one thing's for sure, you won't find it where you're looking. I am building a collection of early edition children's books. Oh, Get the Moon One by Margaret Wise Brown. First editions, these books are very hard to find. These eyes cry every night for you. Tigger, I'm sorry. MJ, what are you doing? Upsetting Tigger? Well then, why did so many people walk past it? Exactly, because, as I tried to explain, if I told you the home of Brown, you go right straight to it. That's why so many people walk past it. Because, put in below the home of Brown, from there it's no place for the meek. So they went, no place for the meek. He didn't say go there. He said from there it's no place for the meek. So at this point that you are, it's no place for the meek. The end is ever drawing nigh. There'll be no paddle up your creek, heavy loads and water high, and people were going to these places. But he never said go to those places. He just told you from that point that you're at, those things exist. Or he was saying something else, and you mistook it for from there it's no place for the meek. The end is ever drawing nigh. There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads and water high. You went off. He never said to go off. Because he told everybody. If I told you the home of Brown, you go right straight to it. So that statement from there it's no place for the meek, he's not telling you to go anywhere. He's just saying from there it's no place for the meek. Your next step, what you do next, it's no place for the meek. He's not saying go to a place that reminds you of meek. Now, for ages I've been saying to people, Forrest said go to the home of Brown. It's exactly what he said. Exactly. If you have the home of brown, why are you worried about warm water's halt? If you know the home of brown, why are you worried about the blaze? If I told you the home of brown, you go right straight to it. For me, it seems simple in what he's telling me. And for me, all of that, all of it, helps you understand the whole chase. Helps you begin it where warm water's halt. Helps you understand you arrive back at the place where you started. Helps you understand all of those statements that are made. And nobody wants to listen. I don't get it. It is a treasure hunt in itself. Brown eyes are beautiful. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, people walk past it because they haven't listened to what Forrest said. They didn't understand the importance of the first clue, which is one of them. You know, the importance of the first clue. If you don't have that, you have nothing. How more important can that be? If you don't have the first clue, you can't start the chase. And you won't know you have the right one, the right where warm water's halt, until you have the chest in your hands. So you can't start the chase, and you won't know you can start the chase until you have the chest in your hands. Or you understand that statement. For me, it seems simple, but and I could be wrong. I'm not telling you what the answer is. I'm telling you what I think that Forrest Fenn said and what I think that it could mean. You choose your own path, but I think it's simple. Imagine going left straight to. Imagine all the people. It's called nature, Mario. I don't expect a city boy to understand, but it is possible. No, I don't. I don't understand anything. But Forrest did say nature as well. I didn't mistook it. I picked it up. I ran, boy, ran. And I ran so far away. Tarzan. Oh, or indulgence. Even that, you can understand why those things were said as well. And, why it's called Where the Treasure Lies and etc. etc. Left hand in, left hand out. In, out, shake it all back. What if you figure it out in a roundabout way? Do you hokey pokey trust it? No, he just turns around. He's got his thong on, isn't it? Can't remember that song now, the thong song. I think, for me, it doesn't really matter about the chest anyway. Even though, it's possible to know where the chest was, it's possible to know what the words mean, it's possible to know what the clues are. You do Forrest a disservice when you think that's all it is. Our first grade teacher taught us that dirty song. Is that all about mud? Which song's that? Trusted. The Hokey Pokey. Ah, they didn't, did they? I hokey pokeyed not long ago. I don't know, we're getting personal information now, are we? I don't remember her doing that. Doing what? Hokey pokey. What is a hokey pokey? Schweppes, the snake in there. Put your backside. Tush. That sounds like right said Fred. I don't know why Merla's saying shh. I've heard of hokey pokey. I just did it. But I don't know what a hokey pokey is. Nasty. Don't know what that's for, Queen. Who's nasty? You do the hokey pokey and you turn around. I can't remember what the hokey pokey is. I can do, right hand in, right hand out, left hand in, left hand out. Do the hokey pokey. So is that it? Just the right, Tigger, dirty, dirty, dirty Tigger. We need. Um, well, elves can do poker salad, Annie. Is that close enough to the hokey pokey? What, King Charles? Bloody hell. His hand's grown big. He'll look like, oh, you don't have Kenny Everett, do you? Did you ever see Kenny Everett? He was funny, he was. He's had big hands. Yep to King Charles or yep to, Kenny Everett? Oh, no. Oh, that would be different. Yul Brynner. See Yul Brynner doing the hokey cokey. Yep, yep. My first grade teacher taught us, oh no, don't let the rain come down. Oh no, don't let the rain come. What? Tigger, what does that mean? My first grade teacher taught us, oh no, don't let the rain come down. Oh no, don't let the rain come down. I don't know. I just peed my pants. I mean, for real. Didn't even know it happened. Explain that to me. Oh, there's life insurance. I'm not this way. Good night. Good night, imagination of innocence. My roof's got a hole in it, and I might drown. I don't know why your wife has to have life insurance. You should have the life insurance. My roof's got a hole in it, and I might drown. Oh, is that the song? A little pea never heard anyone. Hang in there. Yeah, little pea. Like peas in a pod. See you later, IOI. Hang in there. Ever learn some great green? No. I think you people in America learn some stuff that I've never heard of, and I don't know. I can't say that ever learn a song, great green gobs of greasy, grimy gopher guts. Would I want to learn that song? It just sounds like a tongue twister to me. It was a record? No way. Great green gobs of greasy, grimy gopher guts. Who the heck sung that? Little dirty birdie feet. I know the birdie song with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Mutilated monkey meat. Money. Got money. What the heck is going on here? I think I'm losing the plot. Is that the name of the stingers? Mutilated monkey meat. Putrefied water. What I call. I can't see that because the heart's in the way. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, 2:35. Must be getting tired. all wrapped up in greasy grime. What? When was this song out? I have no idea who, what, or when that song was released. Eat the meat without a spoon. Oh, well, I think Trusted knows it. Queen Anne probably knows it because he's laughing her ass off. Me without a spoon. Who actually sang it? Mutilated monkey meat, or is that what you're eating out of the gophers? That was a record. Did it do well? Do you know it, Davy B? You don't know that song. Who knows that song? What's it called? French fried eyeballs drenched in pigment. No, I think they're making it up as they go along. What's it called? Is that the title? Great green gobs of greasy, grimy gopher guts. Was Sherlock Holmes there, Trusted? Elementary, my dear Trusted. You heard that in elementary school? Well, that must be 300 years ago. No wonder I've never heard of it. Oh, sorry, you're not that old. I would have been knee high to a grasshopper then. I know I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Is that, by the same people? Nobody's telling me who sang it. Who were the singers? Who was the group? Or singer? Yeah, I would assume that you would have had to have heard it in elementary school because I can't imagine that people would listen to it. Tom Glazer, he sounds like a golfer. Aussie Revolve. Auntie Jack, rock music. Country, forget it. Country music. It was 14 hours. Was Christopher with you? I think Christopher was with you when he did that. Monsieur Columbus. Daisy. Did you do the hokey pokey on there as well? On that boat? I was 10. 10. Well, if you were 10, that would make me 5-ish. No, I won't remember it. Is that the link for it? After this, I will have a listen. Please let it be worthwhile. I can't see that it will be, but please. All these things are very, very good to watch. Mr. Columbo. Yeah, he was there with McLeod. Got Columbo, McLeod, Steve McGarrett from Hawaii 5-0. They were all on that boat. So there was the Nina Pinta Santa Maria and the Margarita. What are those, drinks or boats? Margarita. I learned it in different order. Davy's using big words. Ostentatious with Aussie icons. Very clever. Great go for guts. Ah, that's it. Digger's got the answer. That's why Forrest had to go. He had to go for gut song. Why is it I must go for gut song? Did it involve the bases, Digger? Okay, I'll give it a listen. Thanks. And the Long Island iced tea. I can't believe that anybody did a song. No, I can believe that somebody did a song. I can't believe that people bought it. Did it do well? Was it like a hit, or was it just? What makes anybody decide that they want to write about that or sing about that? What? He was in Vietnam with pygmies. I've heard about these Long Island iced teas, but obviously never had one. 7? Don't you have them in a glass or something? Is it alcohol? Obviously heard about Long Island iced teas, but oh, somebody's got 7. Oh no, you've got 7, and they were questioning the fact they've got 7. Oh, so obviously it is alcohol. Got me on Iceland iced teas and alcohol. In the Zozo, I think you're still drinking them because I don't know what slot is, unless it's a canyon. I drank a lot. It's a lot. Pure alcohol. I can maybe do 2. These weren't as tall as they should be. 7. A splash of tears. Some salt water. Nola hurricanes. That's almost Loran. It looks like tea, but has so much booze in it and is usually served in a large. Yeah, I remember the large glass. Like I've heard of Long Island iced teas, but I didn't know. Yeah, I was joking, Queen. I was joking. Tears. It probably would be tears after you've had 7. So more like probably 4. Well, that's 2 more than Tigger. Ah. So what is the alcohol? Like just go to the doctors and get those things, those surgical spirit things. Just chuck anything in, like a stew. Just chuck it all in and drink it. What's this for now? We've got another tune. Is this the same tune? Pirate, what's that for? We have a YouTube GFS question mark SI. No, it's not the same one. Yeah, dirty songs. They make you drink Long Island iced teas all the time. I'm not surprised he's still drunk, still hungover from the 7. Kitchen sink of drinks. By George, I think she's got it. I have often walked down this street before, but after 7 Long Island iced teas, the pavement doesn't stay beneath my feet anymore. Rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. I even did jungle, 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 jungle rock, jungle juice. Threw every type of alcohol you have into a jar and played quarter bounce. I've got to admit, I'm not a drinker. I do like liqueurs though. I actually sneak the taste of drink by having those chocolate liqueurs. I do like liqueurs. I do like Baileys, but I don't drink. Oop, Zozo gets a little out of his head. Are you a violent drinker? Like, do you go "Argh" when you have drink, or are you a placid drinker? What's all these YouTube links to? The same song or different songs? I'm lost now. I've got 3 links. Oh, the links and chains. North of Santa Fe. Recipes. What for ice? Long Island iced tea. Ooh, dare I have one? Mind you, I'd have to buy all those spirits, all that drink, just to make one Long Island iced tea. I don't drink anymore. I smoke cannabis. So, is it like a what do they call them? Cocktail. Do you like put it all in and go, or do you just like pour it in and stir it? 10 years old. You were never 10. There was never a point in time when you're actually 10 years old, Trusted. Don't give us that. You were born 90. I started 10 years old. Wow. What? You're making these song titles up. Don't put your feet in the lemonade. Who who even thinks of that as a title to a song, let alone actually make a song? Again, I have to say, no. No. No, the song Don't Put Your Feet in the Lemonade. Even Trusted said no. And Trusted's got a dirty, dirty, dirty teacher who teaches him everything. And he doesn't know that. 10 years younger. Sing us a song on the piano, man. Ah, I am. I am the piano man and I come from down your way and I can play. What can you play? I play piano. Piano. This is how often I drink. I bought 2,000 tequila singles for Memorial Day weekend. That's still frozen. Daiquiris. Daiquiris. Ah, that's still frozen. God, it must be cold in your house. Pat the slurring your words before you drink. Now I understand. He prefers a can of peas. I mean cannabis. Not can of peas. Feet in lemonades makes dirty, dirty. Oh, that's the prequel to Did You Dip Your Toe in It? To see how warm the lemonade is. Dirty, dirty lemonade. Oh, sorry, 3 dirties. Dirty, dirty, dirty lemonade. Is that the song? How would anybody make a song? Don't know. I don't know. Tigger, I thought you were taking a piss. That's for both of those songs. The Go for Guts, the Go for Guts, and dipping your feet in lemonade. What the heck? Well, that's a song I know. Well, there's some tears and some fears with what these people are saying. A fifth for I bought a fifth for New Year's Eve. 3/4 is still in the bottle. Yeah, I've got like bottles of wine, bottles of Bucks Fizz, and all sorts of stuff. Just a few hearts there for everyone. And yeah, they're still there. Yes, the song is Dirty, Dirty, Dirty. Just the subject matter. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Wow, that sounds weird. We all don't need to rule the world. Let's just make it better. Sounds like a plan. How do we do that? Well, Forrest had a better family. That seemed a strange thing to say in the book, didn't it? We were a better family. The first song I learned was I Saw Her Standing There. When I saw her standing there. The first song I heard was I'm a Believer by the Monkees. When I saw her face. I love that song even now. Oh no. Yes, that one. And then Cinnamon. Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Ah, secret plan, not a cunning plan. I have a plan. You have a plan or you had a plan? Ça plan pour moi. If I was supreme leader, things would be different. Would they be dirty, dirty, dirty? Would they trust it? Would things be really dirty? Or would you get all them teachers and sort them out? Yeah, no leather thongs trusted. Oh, no, no. No, any thongs trusted. Joe John, the price of freedom take grit and character. Is that them? Sorry, Joe John. But firstly, it's good to have you here, but always reminds me when people talk about grit. Always my cousin Vinny. So takes you longer to cook grits than it does anybody else. Play them all, Mario. Play them all. Yes, I will, and I'll probably be absolutely nuts by the time I've finished. Not today, though. Tomorrow when I wake up refreshed. Play it again, Mario. Who likes that film? My cousin Vinny. Utes? What are Utes? Ah, I thought you said the train doesn't come past you at 5. No, it normally comes at 4:30. Love that film. Oh, I know that one. Puff the magic dragon who lived by the sea. That's a good song. I think Trusted knows Puff personally. He knows Mr. Dragon. The first song I remember liking. On 45 was Bitches Back. Don't know it. Utes are Indians? Yes, they are. Where did that come from? That's a song? What's a song? Puff the Magic Dragon? Yeah, Puff the Magic Dragon's a song. I don't know if Utes are Indians or it's a song. Ah, Mrs. Robinson. Naughty girl. Let me sleep on it. What's it? Oh, get comfortable. Excuse me. Hi, I'm back. I didn't know I'm back was in here. MJ is back. Let me hear it, Tigger. Well, let me read it. I can't hear it. Just see them letters going across the screen. MJ. Oops. Meatloaf. Puff was about smoking weed. Who lived by the sea? What seaweed was it? Smoking seaweed. MJ. Puff was about smoking weed. I think the first song, as I remember, actual learning the lyrics, the theme to what? Vern and Shirley. Don't know what that is. Tigger. Oh, we got MJ and just Tigger. Tigger. What, Tigger? The Vern and Shirley. What is that? There's a group called Pepsi and Shirley. Tribute song for Forrest is by Willie Nelson. If I Were a Painting. Tribute song for Forrest is by Willie Nelson. If I Were a Painting. Oh, I thought it'd be if I Were a Painter. Yeah, the very dirty, dirty, dirty Englishman. Bitch is back. Back again. Ah, the Red Baron. Love it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 or more. Bloody Red Baron was running up the score. Spin off of Happy Days. Ah, Chachi. Was it Chachi and whoever? Monday, Tuesday, Happy Days. Which was a spin off of American Graffiti. It makes a song about a depressed dragon. Well, I don't know about that. Doing voiceovers. That was when I was 12. I then began collecting rock and roll. My first LP was Sticks, Pieces of Eight, Pieces of Eight. Pirate, he's got your parrot. Mork and Mindy. Mork and Mindy was a spin off of Happy Days. What? Alberta, you're making me a depressed dragon. What? Then they jumped. Oh, that sounds rude. They jumped the shark. I have no idea what that means. The bloody Red Baron of Germany. Are you saying that because Forrest was in Germany? That was another save. The Warren Air Force Base. Another save. Another solve. Warren Air Force Base. And when he was in Germany, it was twinned with the solve that Ben's got. Well, Ben's solve is further down, but in that area. On the Uncompahgre River. Or are you having a nostalgia moment, Tigger? I'll be needing my parrot back, if that's all right with you. Yes, Mork first appeared to Fonzie. No way. Well, I didn't see that. Good Lord, Mario, you've been on for 3 hours and 23 minutes. 3 a.m. your time. Exactly 3 a.m. And 3 hours, 25 minutes. Going on to 26. But yes, thank you very much. Reminding me that it's late. It's late. For a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. Hang on, Sloopy. Sloopy, hang on. Yeah. Remember that one? Sweet. Yep, Trusty got me started. Yes, that was Robin Williams' big break. Oh, I didn't know. This is Mark calling Orson. Mark calling Orson. Come in, Orson. I think we talked about it before, and somebody told me the name, and I can't remember it now. Again. But yeah, I used to fancy her. She's very nice. Very nice lady. My bad. I corrupted Tigger. Yes. You corrupted all of us with your dirty, dirty, dirty talk. And your dirty, dirty, dirty teachers with their dirty, dirty talk. And bad apples. You're a bad apple, Trusted. You and your thong. Stop it. I don't know how you all stay up so late. I'm an early morning person. Yeah, I get up early as well. Go to bed late, get up early. Shame on Tigger. He's on mountain time. I'm on the top of a mountain. He's a hokey pokey. Turn around. That's what it's all about. Ooh, the hokey cokey. Mork for Mork is a direct Roswell. Oh, it is? Wow. Is Shazbot a real word? Nanu, Nanu. You're getting sleepy. So one of those. Yes, I think 3 o'clock is a good time to hit the 3:30. 3 hours and 30 minutes is probably a good time. Go into the chapel and we're gonna get married. Can I be Gumby? I don't know. Can you be Gumby? It was only possible because you are all dirty, dirty, dirty boys, all of you. You're all dirty, dirty, dirty boys. It's true, Trusted, it's true. Oh. Gonna get his cane out in a minute. Oh, Alberta's getting sleepy. Well, we're getting sleepy. Are you telling us to go because it's getting boring? I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe the egg arrived. Yes. And the fact that he slept on his head. Thanks, Jose. No. R. I don't know what that is. Is that a pirate reference? R. Or is that pi? Just without the rate. Just pi r squared. Let me tell you about the birds and bees and the flower and the trees and the moon up above and the thing called love. Maybe the nest in the Thrill the Chase book. In the mood and the turtle. Oh, but it means so much more. in the peace crater, no, serenitas, tranquillitas, if that's how you say it. It all lies together. Yes, it does. Monsieur Artemis and the Three Musketeers. So yeah, egg and nest. And milk from orc. What about awesome? Mario's exhibiting slapstick behaviors. Must be chasing exhaustion. It must be exhaustion. My sleeping is all messed up. Therefore, it is not sleeping. So it's your not sleeping that's all messed up. Your sleeping is fine. The fact that you're not sleeping is messed up. I have to get up at 6 a.m. Oh, 8 hours to go, Tigger. What TV show was in Denver, wasn't it? Why can't he remember that? I thought it was brilliant, though, I did. It was so different. Love it. Been there, Michael. Absolutely been there. Writing stuff. Oh, God, I've done that wrong. Write it again. Oh, made the same mistake. Been there, Denver. That sounds right. I have to get up when I decide to get up. I'm a could be worse. You could be a Freemason. So your name is Freeman. We have a catalogue called Freeman. I wake up at 2 or 3. It's weird. Ooh, 3 o'clock is the love. What time is love? 3 a.m. Forrest used to wake up. He woke up once and jarred awake. Didn't know if he found the treasure or not. I'm getting cat scanned. How many cats are there? And what are they scanning you with? When are you getting cat scanned, Tigger? And I hope it's not for anything serious. Tigger, that's what I need. What, to be scanned by a load of cats? I hope they're not all tomcats. When will you be getting scanned? Excuse me. Brain? You need a brain? I need a brain. Colorado Springs, maybe. No, wait, it was different. No, Colorado Springs is good. Tayem, at 8 a.m. Well, I was going at 3 a.m. So thanks again for putting up with me. Like I say, this is just about, and again, you don't have to believe anything that I say. But you do have to believe what Forrest said. That's what this is about. This is about somebody who created all of this and explained all of it, if you're prepared to listen, talked about the chaos, talked about him taking flight, talked about think nice thoughts, nothing is as it seems, try to explain, the chase, try to tell people the answers, and nobody wants to listen. They have their own, I don't know if it's an agenda or just an idea or path or, whatever it is, but they seem to ignore everything that Forrest said. And it's just, it's weird to me that that's the case. If you don't know you have the right way of warm water salt until you have the chest, how is it possible that you can claim to be the solver when you don't even know the one thing that you need to actually start the full of the chase? It's like, I'm just amazed that people say the things that they do, and I think, well, hang on. If you don't know that you have the right where warm water holds, and you can't start without having it, how do you know you finished with the correct solve? It's crazy. Ah, Boulder, Colorado. Um, yes, CAT scan, but didn't say when. But yeah, hope all goes well. Fenn Rock, safe journey. Boulder, Colorado, yes. It's so my Greek doctor can say I'm good. Why can't you speak English or American? Teach him how to say, I'm good. I hope all goes well. It's my own genius. Genie. My blood work was good, but my blood really dark. Oh, I don't know what that means. I know mine's really thick, and I tried to explain it today to, when I was getting my pension. I couldn't remember what it was called. He said, well, if you're going to put it on there, we need to know what it is, blah, blah, blah. And if you put it on there, it could take another 3 weeks to get it sorted. So I just said, don't bother with it. He said, but you could get more money from your pension. So I'm not bothered. How much more is it going to get me? So just make up anything. Crazy. I was shocked. Stand clear. Zzz. What, how dark it was. I'm pretty certain my blood's darker than like the blood you see normally. Like some people have bright red blood, but I'm not bright red. Mine's a dark scarlet colour. Frankly, my dear, I don't give it. Yeah. Oh, right. Not alien blood, is it? It don't look like. Well, no, that's light, isn't it? Predator is green. So I was going. I was going. So the 30 people that are here, and thanks for the 4 likes, and all of those in chat. I appreciate you being here. Excuse me, like I say, I'm just trying to point out that the answers were given by Forrest and how to get those answers. And those solves that aren't correct, Forrest was telling people that if this is, if you're walking more than a mile, it's too far. Blah, blah, whatever. It's not associated with a man-made object. So people were giving solves and Forrest was saying, no, it's not that, in my opinion. Basically pointing out, what it was that wasn't correct. So, if you don't see a piece of yourself in the mirror, you deserve another turn, etc. So, whilst people say Forrest was leading people away, I think Forrest was absolutely telling people how to get to the right place. But what wasn't clear was it was a lure. The chest was a lure. So, after it's found, Forrest had to go to make happen whatever was going to happen, which is written on page 15. And that's where we are. There's nothing bad about the chase. It's just going to happen. And leftovers of history and the asterisk in a book, flight, last flight where even memory hasn't been, those things are going to take place. And the fun and answers and Ben having a shave, those things are going to take place too. I'm on disability pension now due to my injuries. It wasn't red at all. Yes, it's alien. Oh, that's definitely dark then if it's not red. So too much of something. It seems. I don't know. Everyone was on good behaviour, Zozo. Quink. Well, I guess that finder better get chest in his hands. But it wasn't about the chest. That, to get is you hemoglobin green. Yeah, she's Predator. Predator. Yeah, I think the chase is about Forrest Fenn. We shouldn't really forget that. This, you know, this distraction of the chest, whilst it was for someone's benefit, it wasn't what the chase was about. So, if you find the chest, you can go home with a chest full of blah, 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 blah. If Forrest wanted people to share in his adventure and, to follow in his footprints, nobody wanted to. He said his family didn't want to, and it seemed people in the search community didn't want to. Didn't take what Forrest was saying, to heart, unless it was to find a chest. And Forrest wasn't telling him, well, he was telling him how to find a chest, but there's something more that was going on, including that chair. Where is that chair? Star trekking across the universe, always going forwards because we can't find reverse. Green and red makes brown. Oh, the home of brown. It's in Tigger. Tigger's the home of brown. Okay, they're not on the starboard side, or they could be on the starboard side, but no. Oh dear, they didn't come from Mork's planet anyway. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your comments and laughter, friendship. Maybe not Klingons, but the rest is good. Thanks again, everyone. Take care. Sleep well, especially was it MJ who's not sleeping well. Count sheep or dream of finding treasures. Cheers, trusted. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Somebody's laughing. Yep, you don't have to go home, but you have to get the flock out of here, he says. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Alberti, Davey, Tigger, Trusted. Going up the list. More Alberti, more Tigger, more Davey, more Trusted. Take care, everyone. Ciao.